Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a show about weirdos, doggone it. My name is John Boy. It is John Boy time. I'm afraid my name is John Francis Fahey, and I am joined by my handsome friends. One of them, pinnacle of perfection of perversion, Sperm Monster, Jabroni Mitchell. You got a lot of monikers, man.
That's right.
You're Monica Lewinsky. Aaron Joseph Pita.
A.K.A. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, boy.
That's nice.
Oh, God.
Is it Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I heard, too.
Breed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, I like that a lot.
That's all I got.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
You could say I am Monica Lewinsky because I blew it.
Blew it. To your right, my left, handsome Matt Brousseau.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm grand.
Oh, boy.
Cape Cod.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Up top. Off top. Matt, I'm very excited about this profile you have.
I know.
We're a day late and $1 short here for our friend Edgar Olmos. It was his birthday today while we're recording. This is coming out tomorrow, so happy birthday, Edgar.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, Edgar.
Edgar, we were supposed to record yesterday. We're supposed to have it be a very piss-centric episode.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be great, to have, they'd coincide with that. Unfortunately, due to logistical problems, we didn't get to do it. And
Logistical problem.
And so, sorry that we're late. And apologies to your beautiful bride. This lovely, lovely woman has been messaging me about your birthday for some time.
Like a year?
364 days.
Yeah. Oh, weird.
And this is really, really sweet. So this is Edgar's 32nd birthday.
Oh, my
Nice.
God.
Good
Sicko.
So she dropped me this little bio on Edgar. I'm going to share with you guys. He's a very skilled woodworker.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
he's got an American bully.
Oh, a dog.
Yeah,
Oh.
and named Athena, and she said he works extremely hard, dedicated as hell, and gets shit done. Very, very sweet, touching stuff. I was, just so touched by how sweet.
That's very sweet. Yeah.
What else? She said they've been together for 10 years this year, married for 2.
Holy shit.
Locked it up.
She's just like, he loves the podcast and he'll know right away as soon as the episode comes out that you guys mention him. So she, was hoping, I guess, it would be actually on his birthday. And I'm sorry it's not to both of you. But happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And Edgar, we love you. Edgar is a true freak at the teak.
So good.
So that's,
Thank you, Edgar.
he's a hardcore guy, and we love you, buddy, and much love to your beautiful bride and the puppies. And I am really happy to share a little thing with you boys right now. This is just something from today. And again, amazingly, we don't listen to the Mike Tyson
I know.
podcast.
I was thinking about it today, too. Like, I just don't want to ruin the image that I have.
Yeah, well, this
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, this might help solidify that.
Yeah.
Because
He goes off the rails sometimes.
Yeah.
well,
Well,
so
'cause he was on the rails.
so it's called hotboxing, and like
Because they all get really high.
yeah.
I'll get really high,
And he's a boxer.
and also like even with just cigarettes, Mike Tyson would hotbox with like
Yeah.
Steve-O, and like also just be like railing coke and stuff.
Yeah.
Talked about it on hotboxing. So this is a thing. He's got I guess he's doing like seasons of the show,
Uh-huh.
and he's previewing like the new shit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got fucking
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart on. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Matt, you didn't see it?
I have not seen it.
So check this out. This is good shit. That's right.
He's only 70 years before God, Jesus Christ. So
Caesar.
how old would you be if he didn't say we were 365 days was a year?
How old would you be?
It's a good question, Mike, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm confused. Right? I think this is gonna be one of those things where I just gotta be honest the whole way through. Right? Like you gotta just rip it like a Band-Aid.
Just a guy, he's only 70 years before Jesus. He's gonna tell us, and Jesus went with it too. So he's gonna tell us this is how old we are.
Yeah,
yeah,
see,
Jesus
that's what
went
I'm
with the
saying.
calendar.
That's what I don't understand.
And then
Yeah,
everybody changed.
I think the
And that's
answer's
what I-
subjective. You know,
I think it's subjective.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
See what you did.
Of course it's fucking subjective.
Well, at least someone's there saying it.
Well, I mean, a solar year is a solar year,
Right.
and it is 365 days.
Right. Yeah.
They just changed. They added some months. They put some months in there.
Also, how is Kevin Hart going to answer that? if this guy didn't say that was a gallon, how much water would that be?
The same amount.
I don't want to disagree with Mike Tyson.
It would be the same amount.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can call it whatever you want to call it. A gallon of piss by any other name.
It's just such a high guy thought.
Yeah.
With no answer.
No.
What's he supposed to do with that?
What if you didn't know what the color blue looked like? What would you call it?
Yeah. What if what you call blue I saw as orange?
Yeah.
That shit?
Yeah.
What if?
Then you would have some form of colorblindness. It's fine.
Yeah.
They make classes for
What
it.
if the Matrix got it wrong?
And this is
tasty wheat.
and-
To you, it tastes like tuna fish.
And this is the preview for the season. That's like the get ready.
Yeah, so the question is it uphill or downhill from there? And which one of those is positive? That sounds fun. If you enjoyed that clip, I'm sure you will enjoy the season.
It's getting hard on there. Hey, the MAGA seltzer guys, they had Donald Trump on their podcast.
Oh no!
They're like in a room like this.
Yeah, like
At best.
one room of a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And like, he's in there in his suit and shit. I don't even think they censor Secret Service.
No.
It's probably a fucking bunker in Leningrad.
Oh God. Is that in Canada?
So we were gonna do this piss-centric episode. Like I said, when I was talking to Edgar.
Is he a real pee-pee enthusiast?
No. Just, I mean,
He might be.
It might be. Who's to say?
Probably enjoys you doing it.
But so we were preparing for this episode, and Matt did the same thing as me. He went back and he listened to the History of the World, Aaron's great 2-part episode, jammed with facts. Aaron.
Well, it was kind of the purpose, but
and then like there was still so much that you were still saying like, there should be a part 3.
Yeah.
And but so I was telling both these guys separately. I didn't tell you, Matt, the thing that made me laugh, but
you said I thought you couldn't remember it.
No. It was, Aaron was talking about the thing of like because it comes up a few times in both parts. I think where we were saying, like the piss and the fucking crabs on antidepressants and the vitamins and the crabs are jacked and psyched. We're saying shit like that.
Like, our toilet water getting, treated into the water supply.
And how it affects. And then Aaron is like, there's actually some credence to the Alex Jones thing about turning the frogs gay.
Right.
Because there's like hormonal stuff or whatever.
Right. Well, there's credence to this. Yes, he's just completely unaware.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a plot.
Yes,
it's not a conspiracy.
No, we're turning the frogs gay.
Right, but so anyway, Aaron goes. We're talking about like, oh yeah, Aaron goes. Anyway, so you got a frog down there, full head of hair, loves sucking dick.
Good for him.
There's just something about the full head of hair, especially that really got me. Frog,
all the pills, all the pills people are pissing in there.
Full head of hair.
It works on the frogs. It doesn't work on the humans.
Oh God. Anyway, fellas.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Matt, you got one I'm really excited about, man.
You guys want to play some baseball?
No, you got to catch this, Aaron. Guys, the Mets suck.
Yeah.
And they almost always have.
I like them.
Now, New York's other baseball team is the New York Yankees. They're owned by also rich assholes, like every baseball team is owned by, as we've seen by the lockout that was clearly happening, because the owners want more money and don't want to pay the players as much. Now, New York's other baseball team, the Yankees, their owners seem to enjoy winning or trying to win.
Yeah.
The New York Metropolitan Baseball Club, as it is known, was founded in 1957, and it took on the blue colors from Brooklyn Dodgers and the orange colors from the New York Giants. Combined them both to make a team worse than both most. It seems the talent had moved to California.
Yeah.
Just like this. We're here.
Hey, all right.
Now, in the first season of the New York Mets, it was 1962, and they set a record for most losses in a single season. Major League Baseball teams play 162 games. The Mets lost 120.
Wow.
The Ill Magic season would be chronicled by the famous writer Jimmy Breslin in his book, Can't Anybody Here Play This Game? Which was a quote by the Mets manager, Casey Stengel.
Damn.
He's a smart guy, this Casey Stengel. But they did have this song.
Slapping the ball, calling your wife.
We're too busy to practice. We're balling your wife.
By some miracle, the Mets in 1969 won the World Series. They were the Miracle Mets. The baseball championship. They were greeted for the next 15 years by general suckmanship. And every now and then they would seem okay, and then they would be terrible again. And then the owners, they sold the team to Doubleday, who was supposed to be like the great-great-great-great-grandson of Abner Doubleday, the guy who created baseball. And he signs this guy, Frank Cashin, this general manager who won a World Series with the Baltimore Orioles. And they get a Madison Avenue ad agency to start sponsoring them and doing ads for them. And slowly the team comes together. 1983, they get Darryl Strawberry, right fielder from California, tall, 6'4".
May I
Yes.
real quick? I just think there's something, like, my opinion about the Mets that I enjoy.
Yes.
Versus something like the Red Sox is like the Red Sox fans are like, I don't know, like entitled to win or something.
Sure, yeah. Like,
You know what I
Yankees,
mean?
like Yankees fans.
Yeah, Mets fans are just kind of like, this is a fucking disaster. And they're well aware of it. But they're not like all ass hurt about it.
Right.
Like they're
Absolutely.
They're
So-
kind of like, that's the deal.
Yeah.
Yankees fans are obsessed with winning, just like they believe they should win, just like Red Sox fans. And the only difference is that the Yankees did. And so so the Red Sox fans are like, what are you even entitled to?
Yeah, why would you be entitled to this? You guys are the Mets. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You just think you should for no reason. Shut up.
At least the Mets aren't deluded to blame it on a curse.
Yeah. Curse. No, we did this.
Yeah.
We built this city. And it sucks. Built it on a fucking dump. Sorry. Darryl Strawberry, 83.
So 1983, they start building. The pieces start falling into place. They had some, they had people
wanna know
here
why?
and there. Why, John?
I was born. Coincidence? Yeah.
Definitely.
They had some players. They weren't a terrible team in the beginning of the 80s, but they had they had people here and there. They'd signed this guy George Foster, who was a home run champion, and he was a really soft-spoken black guy with huge sideburns. Oh yeah. And they when at his press conference they were like, anything. What about the planes? Are you worried about them? And he's like, I think the planes they should know to not fly too low.
He might hit him.
And then everybody was like, oh, this guy, wow.
Wait, was that really the joke?
Yeah.
Are you worried about the planes they asked this guy?
Yeah, because the airport near Shea Stadium where the Mets played.
That's so funny.
Wow. Do you want to describe the area of where Shea Stadium was, John?
In Queens?
Yes.
I mean, the last time I was there, I was 3 years old, and that's probably the 86.
Yeah, that would have been.
So, I mean, but, it's like, it's the condensed, New York that, like, all of it's nicer now. But, like, Brooklyn and Queens were, like, extremely non-glamorous between, like, 1960 and 2000. They're halfway to the suburbs, so you have more of like those little houses like you see in Spider-Man. But they're like, your neighbor is like, you can fucking punch him if you stick your arm out the window.
Yeah.
They're right on top of each other. But it's like, it's still kind of half city, so it's like dirty, gray in the winter. There's always like some fucking
Smell.
like shitty, like filthy ice on the side of the street, and loud garbage collections, and a lot of yelling.
Yeah,
a lot of yelling.
Okay.
The one thing I think, like when I moved out here and I visited, like immediately after getting off the plane, I was like, what the fuck is everybody yelling about? like I'm not talking, Matt, I'm talking about like out the gate, the literal gate.
Yeah.
Where like two like airport employees, like, and like they're not mad.
Yeah.
But they are screaming at
They're
each
yelling
other.
at each other. Yeah. Like Erity's just shaking his head.
It's just
Some weather we're having.
yeah,
Beautiful. Huh?
what? What's that?
Yes.
Stop.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when you're out there in the garbage trucks.
Yeah.
So now, 1983, pieces start falling into place. Frank Cashin, Darryl Strawberry comes up from the minor leagues. A huge prospect. Great prospect, Darryl Strawberry. Tall, skinny, wiry man. Good arm, good feet. Could hit a ball. What these guys...
In baseball, that's all important.
Yeah, those are kind of the essentials.
Can you throw?
The reach.
Can you catch? Can you hit?
Can you run? And, one of these guys that when he hits the ball, you can hear the difference with the wooden bat. They also got Ron Darling, who was a Yale-educated pitcher. And I guess he played baseball there, too. But he's a guy who he'd watch Jeopardy. He was a smart man. He had a model for a wife or a girlfriend.
Yeah.
He had these, that classic mid-'80s, it's not a mullet,
but
it's a mullet.
Yeah, he was like the Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
And then also in 83, they get Keith Hernandez, who is the ultimate get. Keith Hernandez, this touches on the last baseball episode we did about the Blocaine baseball with the Pittsburgh Pirates. After the whole Pittsburgh Pirates thing blew up, Keith Hernandez was one of the guys who got caught up in the court case and the arrests, or not the arrest, but the trouble. He was a guy who said he did, in something like 1980, 1981, he did so much coke he doesn't even remember the entire season.
Which is helpful on the stand. Your Honor, no idea.
He's telling the truth.
But he was also he was a very smart, cerebral guy. He would do the crossword before every game.
Nice.
He would
New York Times.
He would finish every game. He would sit in the clubhouse, smoke a cigarette, and ice his feet. After every game, he would sit in the dugout and smoke a cigarette. He obviously he'll come up a lot. He became the leader of the team. He was the guy that taught the team how to win, because the team he came from was the St. Louis Cardinals, and they were the best team in baseball. And he felt that he was traded because the Cardinals felt like he was too much of a dork to be there, even though he was the best first baseman
the guy
in
who does
baseball.
blow and crossword puzzles and smokes cigarettes.
Yeah, with his feet on ice.
Is a dork?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
don't
kind
know.
of fucking smooth motherfuckers did they have in St. Louis? First base, Roy Orbison. Second base, Johnny Cat. Like, what cool dudes did they have in St. Louis? That fucking Keith Hernandez is a dork.
Yeah. No, that was their cardinal sin.
Well, anybody who reads books in baseball is immediately thought of as like, this guy doesn't fit in.
Yeah, or they're a spy.
Yeah. Yes, they're over
The
there.
catcher was a spy.
I mean, he can read all the books he wants. He's not going to remember them.
I've been reading the same book every year. Still new.
That guy read 3 books a day.
Yeah. It's like Reagan getting the leaves out of the pool. Man, I can't believe I'm not doing this book yet. It's been a year.
In 1983, Darryl Strawberry wins Rookie of the Year. In 1984, Cashin makes one of his best signings is a new manager, this guy, Davey Johnson. Davey Johnson was one of the first guys to use analytics in baseball. He was familiar with computers in 1983, and sometimes he would plug in a lineup and you like, okay, what would be the best scenario?
Would you like to play a game? Global thermonuclear baseball.
Now, in the same way, Hernandez, Davey Johnson, when he played for the Orioles, his nickname was Dum Dum because he was so smart.
Oh.
It's called like big guys tiny.
Yeah.
Slim.
Except all the people who are saying that on the baseball team are saying, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Computers. Yeah, you're fucking exiled.
But Johnson was a guy who he was the last out of a World Series with the Orioles, and then the next year they won the World Series. And so he had this belief, he had this understanding of that, it's just, you can have this shitty scenario, and if you believe as a team, you can do something. He had a degree in mathematics. He was an associate at a realty firm, and he owned a 50-acre horse ranch, 3 shopping centers, 6 apartment complexes, and he had a pilot's license and a scuba license.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah. And he had an investment newsletter that was subscribed to by 500 major leaguers.
It's the thinking man's game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, even though it's in this 80s.
Yeah.
Who does that investment? Dum Dum.
The Dum Dum Ledger. It's a weekly newsletter.
Oh, I lost everything. I gave it to Dum Dum.
So that's before the '84 season. Now in the '84 season, they bring up this hot young pitcher named Dwight Gooden.
Hell yeah.
Named Doc Gooden. And David Johnson said he saw him when he was a minor leaguer, and he's like, if I'm gonna be a major league manager, that guy's coming with me. And in something like 100 innings in his first season in the minors, Doc Gooden had 200 strikeouts.
Fuck.
He threw 2 pitches. He threw a fastball and he threw a curveball, and that was it.
That's all you need.
And they also signed this guy Sid Fernandez, who became a very important reliever for them. He was a Hawaiian man.
Maybe the catcher only had 2 fingers.
Well, it could have been that, John.
Fastball, curveball.
Terrible joke.
That's funny. It's funny.
1984.
They called them hands.
1984, Doc Gooden wins Rookie of the Year. So 2 years in a row, they got Rookies of the Year.
This was like the Dodgers. They had like 3 Rookies of the Year in the 90s, and this didn't do shit.
Well, because 1985, the Mets, now this time they get Lenny Dykstra, a.k.a. Nails, a nickname he gave himself.
Well, Dum Dum was taken.
They also get this young reliever named Roger McDowell.
Hey,
who becomes not this season. He's still too green, but after he gets heckled a bunch by the people on the team, starts taking up a role as kind of the prankster and the jester of the team.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also sign in 1985 Gary Carter, who was the best catcher in baseball at the time. A man whose mother died when he was 14 and believed in God. And Darryl Strawberry would say, like, we were all sweating baseball. Gary Carter was on another plane. He was totally fine with
he was
baseball.
sweating the afterlife.
Because he was like a very religious man.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Large man. No one liked him because he was a pretty face, and everybody felt like he was like always he would take every ad that came his way. And they were like, oh, camera. It was one of his nicknames.
Oh, because he would do an ad for whatever used car lot or whatever.
Anything.
MetLife.
Yeah. But he was also
It pays.
the best catcher in baseball.
But also how about all these baseball players finding reasons to hate each other? Like if you have any success, they're like, fucking shithead. Fucking, they're so mad.
Well, I wonder what they call Jackie Robinson.
Whitey.
Cracker Jack. Cracker Jack Robinson.
That's so stupid.
That's nice. That's really nice, Matt.
Okay.
Age 20, 1985, Doc Gooden wins Cy Young. So he goes from
20?
He goes from Rookie of the Year to Cy Young. He has a 1.53 ERA.
Gosh.
He is just completely unhittable. One of the best seasons in the history of baseball.
Damn.
A little bit about Lenny Dykstra. He will come up a bunch. He was described as the most, by one reporter, as the most disgusting person in baseball. Which is
saying something.
A lot, yeah. Because everybody had fucking chewing or was smoking cigarettes or
But he was a pretty face, you said.
No, Gary Carter.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Lenny Dykstra was the most disgusting person in baseball. He showed up. He was about 5'7", 5'8". His first day that he showed up in spring training in 1985, someone was like, "Are you the bat boy?" And he said, "No, I'm Lenny Dykstra. I'm the best fucking player in California." Yeah.
My mistake.
In his first day with the team, he yelled at the bat boy and he said, "Kid, come over here and tie my shoes." So Ron Darling went over, one of the veterans, just went over and took a pair of scissors and cut all the laces.
And then he made the bat boy tie everyone back together. Thanks, sir.
I thought you were one of us, Lenny. My bad.
And he was also if you were ever gambling, he would show up and he would gamble and he would lose all of his money to you. Everybody loved him. And he was also a complete asshole. Here's the story. Once a bunch of Mets, this is from one of my sources is The Bad Guys Won, the great
brilliant title
Jeff Pearlman book about that. And the other one, my other source is the ESPN 30 for 30 documentary about it. But this is from the book. Once a bunch of Mets spent a couple hours at a collectible show in New Jersey. Dykstra signed hundreds of items, rarely glancing up from beneath his sunglasses. Near the end of the session, a Roseanne Barr lookalike handed him a baseball. Dykstra snapped, "Lady," he said, "you are too fucking fat for me to sign this thing for you."
So a Roseanne lookalike who was at the collectible show, like
that's not like her job.
There's a bunch of Mets there.
Well,
she wasn't.
It wasn't like I'm a professional Roseanne lookalike. He's just saying some broad that looked like Roseanne.
Yeah, she wasn't going Dan or anything.
Dan.
Yeah, and Lenny Dykstra said
She hadn't sung the national anthem by that point.
Lenny Dykstra cared about his fans.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You're just too damn fat.
When you first said they were at a
this
collectible
ball.
show, I thought you meant like as guests, like looking for collectibles. I was like,
"Oh, that will come up."
What kind of cool bobbleheads do we have here?
you guys are all chopped up antiquing.
And so those are just some of the big names. They had other guys like Mookie Wilson, incredibly fast guy. Ray Knight, who is kind of the second a leader of the team, a kind of an unsung hero who had a lot of attitude. And was an old Golden Gloves winner. They had this guy Bobby Ojeda. They signed him from the Boston Red Sox. He didn't fit in with the Red Sox because once during a labor dispute, all of the Red Sox players were like, "We think the owners have our best interests at hand," and he's like, "No, they fucking don't. You guys are idiots." And they're like, "Okay, well, you're traded."
Yeah.
Bobby Ojeda?
Classic
Bobby Ojeda.
Classic Boston.
And he showed up. He saw the Mets, and he's like, "These guys are fucking gross, and they love each other. This is my team."
Nice.
And so with Ojeda, who's a left-handed pitcher, they had the best catcher in baseball. They had the best first baseman in baseball. They had the best right fielder in baseball. They had all of these great pitchers. They had a good lefty starter. They had a good righty starter. They had all these guys in the bullpen. Keith Hernandez described it. He said, "We had pitching out the ass."
Yeah.
Which is a very baseball phrase.
Yeah.
It's almost just like a thing with pitching in the Mets. Like even when they were like recently, it was so pitching driven.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, pitching wins baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most important player.
You can have the best hitters you want, but if there is one good pitcher, he can steal a game.
Mm-hmm.
And they also had this guy named Kevin Mitchell, who was never drank, never smoked, former gang member, who could play every position. His nickname was World Be Free because he could play every position.
Doggy.
I know that name.
Yeah, because he used to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
That's where they got it from. One time, Kevin Mitchell almost killed Darryl Strawberry in a pickup basketball game when they were minor leaguers.
Was it sick crossover broke his ankles or something?
No, because Darryl Strawberry was being like, "Yeah, you're being a big pussy right now," and so Kevin Mitchell started punching him, and someone like, "You can't do that. It's Darryl Strawberry." And Kevin Mitchell goes, I thought Darryl Strawberry was white." And then Kevin Mitchell goes back to his hotel room, gets a bat, and he's like, "I'm going to go down there and beat this guy senseless with the bat."
I thought you were white, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get him to sign it.
He did.
But Kevin Mitchell was also, he would later go on to be an NL MVP. but at the time he's a rookie this year, but he was a hard man, but also like didn't know anything about the world. He showed up in New York and he was on a tour with somebody and he's like, "What's that?" And so you go, "That's the Statue of Liberty." And he goes, "Statue of Liberty's in New York?"
What the fuck? What?
He just focused on baseball, John.
I guess, yeah. Not exactly a Yale guy.
Not quite a dum-dum. Spring training, 1986. David.
I was doing a lot of coke and social studies. I don't remember shit.
No, he didn't do any drugs, which is going to be important later on this team. Now,
we tell them where the pyramids are.
You don't want any part of this, Kevin.
Spring training, 1986. Davey Johnson. This team had lost to the St. Louis Cardinals on the last day of the season and been eliminated from the playoffs. So they were the second best team in baseball in 1985. And Davey Johnson goes, "We've been building this team. I know exactly what this team is. They're a bunch of scummy guys who fucking work their ass off. And they love each other and they're good. Like we and so he says something that no one had ever really said before to a team that like when these guys talk about, like in spring training, you're like, what are your hopes for the season? And one year the Mets manager was this other guy, and he's like, hey guys, if we finish 500, this is going to be a good year.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now instead, this is what Davey Johnson said. He said, guys, this is our year. I know the Cardinals won last year, but that's done with. We're not just going to win. We're going to win big. We're going to dominate. We're going to blow the rest of the division away. I have no doubt about that. Neither should you. Now let's get to work.
Plus, here's a cardboard cutout of our female general manager, where every win will strip off an item of clothing. Now we got this ex-con.
It's a major league reference,
That's
Aaron.
right.
That's very
That's
good.
We got this guy who wears weird glasses.
He has no marbles.
He has no marbles.
So they weren't just, this is something that guys were saying, like managers don't say this stuff. But they're like, Davey said this to us, and we believe it too. He's one of us, right? And the scummy, there was a group on the team called the Scum Bunch. Now, the Scum Bunch had evolved over the years.
Well, there's a Splack Pack.
Yeah, did they release an album?
And then they became the Scum Bunch. It was a...
Davey Johnson and the Scum Bunch.
It was misheard. It was
Come on.
It was supposed to be the Cum Bunch, but they were like, you guys are the Scum Bunch. Trust me. We used to be the Splack Pack. Come on.
So,
do you think that they did love each other?
yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because it sounds like quite a rogues gallery, and therefore you would think,
A lot of bad blood.
like, the heart, like, yeah, you got Lenny in there, you know what I mean, pissing everybody off, like, but they got along somehow. Maybe the Mets' secret is they need to suck so bad, and then they're good.
Well, but this team didn't suck.
No.
These guys were
as humans.
These guys were
They
good. Oh,
sucked.
I see. Yes,
Yeah.
Sure. So there was the Scum Bunch it had started in the early 80s of this group of guys who would, after every game, home game, they would just sit around drinking to the point where everybody would be gone. It'd be just them drinking. It'd be 3 or 4 guys
In the clubhouse?
in the clubhouse. And if there was like if there was like any food out, they would take it and just start hucking it at the TV to the point where it would just like make stains on the wall. And if there was peaches, fucking peaches stuck to the
Dwight
wall.
Gooden's putting holes through the fucking screen.
But it wasn't Dwight Gooden. No. It was a bunch of
Scum Bunch.
yeah. And Gooden was too young to be a part of that. But so these were the guys that they'd be back on the back. They were the real
the rear guard.
The rear guard. Yeah. But the whole team there was an attitude with the whole team, and like we should dominate, and also we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. 20 minutes into spring training, pitcher Doug Sisk, he takes a shit. He then takes a piece of toilet paper covered in shit and hangs it in Doc Gooden's locker. Everybody has a great laugh about it.
Oh God!
This is my calling card.
Pitcher Bobby Ojeda.
Dial 2.
Pitcher Bobby Ojeda and Rick Aguilera, who was a relief pitcher, every morning every afternoon after the morning workout, they would go fishing, and they never caught anything. When the equipment manager made fun of them for not catching anything, one lunch break, they decided to go out, buy a fish, chop it into pieces, and put it in the man's bed.
Yes, I've heard this.
And
Really?
so they did that at about 2 p.m, and he didn't find it until about 10.
That's nice.
And then you have to get a hotel room.
Well, the equipment guy, he saw that Ojeda and Aguilera were going to play in a golf tournament. And when they got there and got on the first tee and reached in their bag for a golf ball, they found that all their golf balls had been replaced with 4 dozen hard-boiled shelled eggs.
Oh, it'd feel weird. How many did you think they got to the tee? Just they're so fucked up, like, I don't know, that's a Titleist.
They're like, my golf bag smells like shit.
That's so many.
I love a good hard-boiled egg, though.
That's nice, huh?
If I found a hard-boiled egg in my fucking,
Bonus.
hey,
You do with that.
dinner and entertainment. What is this, medieval times?
You don't know how long it's been sitting there.
Psh, doesn't matter, it's cooked.
So everybody was pretty much having a good time, except for Doc Gooden, who hurt himself in the offseason, lied about it to the team, and then showed up late for missed some spring training stuff, lied about it to the team, and that'll become important later.
To what end? Why? Just so he can still play?
What do you mean? Why?
Why would he lie?
He lied about the injuries
Yes.
and
Being late. He said he got in a car accident, but that never materialized into any. There was no police report. There was no damage to any car. His story kept changing. And so people were going, well, he's a young guy, you know.
I'm starting to think he's not a good one.
maybe that's his baseball nickname.
I don't think he's a doctor either.
So they get through spring training. Opening day, 1986, they beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-2. And then the second day of opening day, or baseball, they did this.
It's like the fucking Super Bowl shuffle.
Mesmerized?
I've seen this.
Get mesmerized.
Dude, you gotta let me see this.
Oh, this.
Oh, there's just
I'm
music.
George Foster. I love this team. The Mets are better than the rent machine. I live to play, and that's my thing. This year we're gonna win the series ring. Play together, a team's real tight. Don't mess with us, we're dynamite. Strawman Darryl, it's all the same. Call him Barry, what's in a name?
Thank you, George. You're a classic guy with your black back. You know we sure rely. You know California is where I'm from, but for New York, I hit home runs. Power and speed, you know we got.
Okay.
It's because this is the year after the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So every team is like, oh, we gotta have a.
Did they go through like the whole lineup?
Yeah, it's all 45 guys.
They could only gather about 8 or 9 guys for it. I will cover that song in the next Patreon because there's not enough time to do it just.
Well, that's not because it's a Scum Bunch.
It's a truly chopped up jukebox.
Holy shit.
We just listened to the Sex Offender Shuffle the other day.
Oh, okay.
It's a very, very good parody of the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe on the Patreon.
Yeah. Now, the Mets, it's the beginning of the season, and they're still not done with pop culture. In the third game of the season, they lose to the Philadelphia Phillies, and Keith Hernandez commits an error that would later be misstated, but remembered thusly.
Oh, Newman.
I hate Keith Hernandez. Hate him.
I despise him. Why? I'll tell you why.
Well, let me tell it.
No, you can't tell
You
it.
always
Seinfeld?
tell it.
All right, tell it.
Just tell it.
June 14th, 1987. Mets, Phillies were enjoying a
It
beautiful
was
afternoon in the right
1986,
field
not June
stands
14th.
when a crucial Hernandez error opens the door to a 5-run Phillies ninth, cost the Mets the game.
Our day was ruined. There was a lot of people, they're waiting by the players' parking lot. Now we're coming down the ramp. Newman was in front of me. Hernandez was coming toward us.
That's because Jerry's a Mets fan.
Yes. And Newman's a Mets fan.
Bill Maher, Chris Rock.
And Billy Crystal's character in the City Slickers movies.
Right, but he's actually
a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
which is nice.
It's fun.
That his character's like the Mets.
Well, that's how good an actor he is.
Yeah, you never know.
That guy can wear 2 hats.
Oh my God, I completely believed it.
Yeah.
Took one hat off, put another one on.
Unrecognizable.
I was like, who?
Aren't you that hairy guy?
You couldn't be Billy Crystal. No. So anyway, to get back, that was caption pop culture. Hernandez, like I said earlier, he was the team leader. He was a guy that they all looked to.
Dork.
He was a guy that when Rick Aguilera signed with the team in 1985, he made his major league debut in 1985, and he goes to the mound and he's fucking just scared out of his mind, and Keith Hernandez comes to the mound. Keith Hernandez was the first baseman, so he would walk to the mound and he goes, Aguilera, that's Spanish, right? And Aguilera's like, oh yeah, and Hernandez grabs his balls and goes, a Spaniard's got sack. Let's do it. And Aguilera was like,
can confirm.
Spaniards got sack.
In 1985, after Ron Darling had a really bad start against the team, he goes back to his hotel room. He opens the door. There's a bottle of Dom Perignon on his night table. It says it's a note from Hernandez saying, enjoy this. I hope it'll help you forget.
So that's nice.
He was a guy that he had been through a lot of shit, and he knew how to massage these guys to get everybody to play together.
Why didn't you just give him a season's worth of cocaine to help him forget?
Because
Champagne.
Because he had done it, and he had stopped doing it, and he knew how bad it was for a baseball player.
Right.
Or just anybody in general.
How about a whole team?
Good. And so at the beginning of the season, they arrive in St. Louis. St. Louis team that everybody assumes will be their rivals. The best team in baseball the year before.
Oh, those smooth guys.
Yeah.
Smooth Joes.
Oh, fucking bunch of Fonzies out there. You would think they were on the A's.
Very good.
Honestly, I'm very proud of that.
You should be. It's fucking so stupid.
Yeah.
Now, it's just a picture of Fonzie instead of the logo.
Fucking 9 Henry Winklers in pinstripes.
So they go to St. Louis, and when they arrive in St. Louis, the paper, the hometown paper in St. Louis, says, the bad guys are back in town.
The bad boys are back.
Meaning?
The Mets.
Yes.
So even already there's a reputation there that these guys... and so the Mets, they go, well...
we are back in town.
But also, fuck these guys. We are going to show everybody how fucking good we are.
Yeah.
First game of the series, it's a 4-game series. First game of the series, they're losing 4-2 in the 9th. They score 3 runs and win. Next day, they win 9-0. Then they win the next 2 games. And mentally, everybody knew Cardinals will never touch these guys again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's on the Cardinals at this time? Like Ozzie Smith?
Ozzie Smith, yes. And Ozzie Smith is one of the guys like, it's good to be a winner, but you should be classy when you do it. And it's like, okay, well, fuck you.
Stop doing backflips.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like loser talk.
And so, the Mets, they didn't just win. They also drank.
Dude, nice.
And they didn't just drink when they won. They drank when they lost. And they didn't just drink, the night before a game. They drank after the game. They drank when they were traveling after the game from on the bus to the plane.
They drank while driving the bus.
Yes. And then they drank on the plane to the next city. And then when they got to the next city, they drank on the bus from the plane to the hotel. And then they drank in the hotel that they were staying at.
Yeah.
And then they went to the game the next day.
And then they put Faderade in the coolers. Just so they weren't getting a hangover during the game.
Yeah.
And they drank so much that people would fall asleep on the bus just drunk. Ed Hearn, one of the players, I believe he was a pitcher, he tells a story that one time he was falling asleep on the bus, and he's falling asleep, and he wakes up and he's like, oh, I think the AC is leaking.
No.
And he's like, oh, my back's sweat. And he turns around and he sees behind him shortstop Rafael Santana. Ed Hearn says, Cock the size of a bat.
Oh, like a
Baseball bat.
like a winged. Oh, like an actual
Like a
Louisville Slugger.
cock the size of a baseball bat. He's just holding it out of his pants. Santana's passed out, just pissing over the seat.
Thick golden braids.
Oh my God.
St. Louis Arch.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, the St. Louisville Slugger.
So they gambled everywhere they went. One of their favorite card games was red or black. If you pulled a red card, you drank, and if you pulled a black card, you kept pulling until you pulled a red card.
You're shitting me.
No, that was one of their favorite card games.
Who came up with that? Dum Dum? Well, I went to Yale.
You should have seen how Darryl Strawberry changed that game.
Strawberry wasn't one of these guys who was everybody when he was sober. Everybody was like, he's a very sweet man. But he's one of these guys, and we've all met them, that once they get a few drinks in them, they think they should never be challenged. That if anybody challenges them,
it's like an argument.
They're going to win whatever the fuck it is. And so he was one of these guys that, like, when he wasn't drinking, he was fine. But then he would start going to the back of the bus, hanging out with the Scum Bunch, and he would just, like, make fun of. They were pretty brutal to each other at times. But even Gary Carter, he says the difference between the Mets and the Expos. The Expos made fun of Gary Carter behind his back. But on the Mets, they made fun of him to his face. And he's like, I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it a team.
Exactly.
I mean, it really is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like whispering.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Mm-hmm. No, you got the Scum Bunch back there. I'm going to go back there and piss on them.
Santana, you're up. You're on deck.
Oh, my God.
They called him the reliever.
The ace.
Because he relieved himself.
The AC.
Yeah, and Doug,
the AC is dripping on me in the bus. What are you driving in the bus from A League of Their Own?
Yeah, my back sweat.
Which is it?
No, my back's wet, not my back's
Oh, you thought that?
Yeah, I was like, my back's wet.
Hey, what the fuck? But dude, like, those fucking rich golden braids cascading down his back.
Well, when you wake up at first, I'm sure you're wondering.
This guy collects it in.
A new era Mets hat. Starter back in the day, probably.
Yeah. But here's a little, like Hernandez, Strawberry didn't pull punches on anybody. Like he made fun of everybody once he was drinking. And one time on a plane back from St. Louis, Hernandez had just bought a dozen grade A steaks in St. Louis, and he sealed them up and he packed them up. He put them in the compartments, and he was bringing them back to New York to fry them up. And Strawberry
can't get good steak.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, he used to play in St. Louis. He probably had like a preferred.
He probably had a butcher,
a steakhouse there or something that he liked.
Trust me, guys.
It's great.
And he says Strawberry drunk just starts getting on him, being like, "Hey, isn't it? How about that treatment in St. Louis? Because Hernandez, he was hurt. He was really hurt mentally when he went back to St. Louis, and the fans called him a cheater and a druggie. The fans he had played for and been a hero of just a couple years before, and now he wasn't with them, and so they cast him out. And Strawberry drunk starts getting on him about this. So Hernandez reaches up into the compartments, takes a steak out, and just fucking throws it at Strawberry. And next thing everybody knows, it's a steak fight.
Yeah. And are they like wrapped or
are they frozen?
They're
vac sealed.
Yes and no. They aren't at the end of it.
The good thing is that if you get like a black eye from that, you
put
put the steak right on it.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
They were throwing steaks at it. By the time they were done, this is what Ojeda says. By the time we reached the airport, guys were eating the steaks raw, taking bites out and breathing hard and hitting each other. It was that psycho mentality.
Psycho mentality?
Yes.
It was that psycho like there's just one.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Guys biting raw steaks and punching each other.
Yeah.
It's the most, you got to respect it.
Imagine the bus driver. Oh!
You guys got any left?
This is more than my entire pay for this.
That bus driver's sweating, bro.
No, I think he was getting pissed on by Santana. My back sweat.
For the book, Ojeda, he said if when you do the research about us, you're gonna find out we were vile fuckers.
Vile.
Ron Darling said we were growling dogs.
Jesus.
Ojeda said we were throwbacks, man. We were like, give me a steak, give me a fucking beer, give me a smoke, and get the fuck out of our way.
You didn't even have to cook it.
Exactly.
I'll cook it over the cigarette.
Punch me in the face, man.
No.
Eat me, piss on me.
Try it out.
Use the key.
During a game against the Dodgers, Keith Hernandez hit a home run, trotted around the bases, sat down in the dugout, and then lit a cigar.
That's nice.
Yeah. He got fined for that, but...
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if he lit a cigarette, it would have been fine, but he lit a cigar.
What the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
It's baseball.
And you can fucking do that fucking chewing tobacco nonsense?
Yeah.
Giving everybody
Take
tumors
bennies,
on their fucking...
Take LSD, pitch a no.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect game.
Cigar! My God!
How dare you?
This is a gentleman's game.
Also on this team was... So Roger McDowell, I mentioned briefly earlier, this year's where he's like, I finally started making money. I had enough money to buy stuff. I started getting creative. So one time they were honoring some guy, and so he bought the entire team orange wigs. So when they were standing on the field with the guy, they all had orange wigs on.
Did the guy have orange hair? Was it like
he had red hair, but he bought a Nixon mask. He would show up to games with a Nixon mask on.
No.
One time he bought rollerblades or roller skates, and he was skating around until the manager was like, "If you fucking fall, that's on me, asshole. Take those off." He also perfected a thing known as the hot foot.
Oh.
Now, and he did it successfully in a game in Cincinnati. Now, the hot foot is when you take a cigarette and you wrap it up either maybe in a piece of paper, and then you either in some gum or tape, and you stick it on someone's shoe while they're not looking, and then you light it. And by the time they know something's burning, their shoe is on fire.
Oh my God. And he perfected that.
Yeah, so Durga game in Cincinnati that year, their first base coach was just sitting on the bench by himself, not paying any attention. McDowell, army crawls.
Commando crawls.
Underneath the bench, through the muck and villainy of that... That's that line from Shawshank through a 1,500
yards.
Of piss and shit.
And he successfully tapes the cigarette, the hot foot, lights it, and
This is during a game.
This is during a game.
He's coaching first base.
The first base coach goes out, and McDowell goes to the guy running the camera. He says, "Stay on him."
It was a crazy time, man.
And I can't find the footage of that. I can find another game from May, and it's not that one.
Yeah, it's really like
that's out. That is out there.
80s to 90s, like shit changes.
Yeah, there was a lot of
drastically. Like what?
Well, so there is this collection of guys. I want one more thing. Two more things I want. There's also Santana, the big dick guy.
The bat.
He was an illiterate who didn't speak English that well, and one of his things was he would bring in foreign pornos.
Nice.
And put them on.
Oh,
and
monster cock she-males and shit.
They'd be like, is that a sheep?
Is that a sheep?
Is that a sheep fucking a one-legged woman? That was one of his more memorable ones.
You can get that stateside.
Oh, no.
He was getting fucking the Danish book and film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a yak. I can't read.
But so one thing the documentary goes into, covers well, is New York in the mid-1980s, right? Mm-hmm. Greed is good.
Mm-hmm.
But
stabbing's good.
Stabbing's up. Way
it's a growth industry. Buy stock in knives.
Yeah, I got stabbing futures.
The city, though, like these guys were, in effect, the face of the city of like, rich guys could do whatever they wanted. They were loved wherever they went, never had to buy a fucking drink. And the excess and the fuck you nature was what New York was giving off at that time.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to be a part of that.
The people, like, you know, my parents left in 81, probably peak.
They left Manhattan for Long Island.
Yeah. And it was just a thing where, like, you're an hour away, but you might as well be a lifetime away. But you're still got New York news, and you're just looking at the paper every day going, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
About all of it.
Yeah. Now, what were the Yankees like at this time?
They were a good team.
And who's on the Yankees?
Don Mattingly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he had a mustache.
That can be good.
Yeah, mustache is good.
Yeah. I don't remember who else, but you know, because the way the major leagues worked at that time, there was the National League and the American League, and there was only 2 divisions in each. So the National League had an East Division and a West Division.
Right.
And whoever won each of those divisions
We'll play for the pennant.
would play in a semifinal in the playoffs for the championship. And before that, there was only 1 division in each league, and whoever won that would immediately go to the...
Right.
So this was the first expansion, and this happened years earlier.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now what we have is that there's...
It was like AFC, NFC sort of deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now there's 36 divisions with 25 wild card teams.
Exactly.
Because Major League Baseball is like, well, these guys, they can play forever, and we can make money from every game.
Yeah, also, I think they had to
out.
spice it up because it was like almost inherently unfair. So
Well,
they had to keep kind of...
There's less surprises, especially when there's bigger money. The more money that goes in, the harder it is for some scrappy upstart. But
Exactly.
it's not like the Mets were an upstart team at this point either.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And they had glory days behind them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's a little clip of what it meant to the Mets, to the fans, this team. And, John, you'll recognize this sort of fellow.
This sort of fellow.
Uh-huh.
Very good, yeah.
A kindred spirit.
Nah. I mean, a guy I know.
You'll know this guy.
Maybe not a kindred spirit.
Yeah. Glory days.
6 was the big year.
You want to sit next to on a train to somebody you'd want to be next to you every moment of your life. Do you want people to know you're a Mets fan?
86 was the big year for people in Queens. If you were from Queens, you were kind of like on top of the world.
What does New York Mets mean to you?
It means everything. It means coming to the game, slugging my brains out, get all messed up on the World Series.
What'd he say?
Slugging my brains out, getting all messed up on the World Series.
Now, mind you, that's not the typical thing. It's just the drunk one.
Yeah, classic guy in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And now the view from the man in a parking lot.
That's like a scene from Decline of Western Civilization.
Well, have you seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot?
And I think it's the same. To me, that's the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes long. They know. They're like, just... that's enough.
Tighten it up. We don't want to ruin everybody's night.
Now, as Lenny Dykstra said, there's he would say, he didn't say this, but there was a lot of swag, like there a lot of swag around this team. And Lenny Dykstra, he said, I didn't mind walking around like I had a 15-inch cock.
Like I'm fucking Santana.
Man, I wish I couldn't read.
And
but I did buy some of these pornos.
Is that a goat? And so these guys were fucking a lot. Even, well, I'll let. Here's another clip for you.
Daryl?
I mean, what do you want me to say? You want me to say that you could go into a hotel without checking in and take somebody upstairs and come back down after you checked in and then go back upstairs with somebody else? Yes, that could happen.
My mom, she said you need to just focus on your baseball career and leave those girls alone and stop drinking. Wish I would have listened to Mom.
Leading off, I always say, why a whooping walk?
Just let it go.
I always picked one chick out, one chick,
Look at him
and
picking
that
it.
one play for you.
There was girls, that would be in the stands and look at you, and you point them out to the kids and tell them to meet you down underneath the tunnel somewhere. and you do whatever, I guess. Everyone want to have fun at the ballpark when you're playing between innings, you know. I don't have nothing, you know, to be ashamed of. It was life, you know. It's just the way it was. It was fast, you know. Girls wanted to have fun.
Oh my God, Daryl
Cindy
Strawberry
Lauper.
was
Girls
like
just
a
want to
big
have
hero.
fun. They cut from him
That's
saying
good.
girls want to have
Oh
fun.
my God, Daryl Strawberry.
Oh my God.
Hey,
He had a good
what
connect.
did she say? What did she? I didn't hear it.
He said Daryl Strawberry. Oh, he was a hero.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Now, this is 87?
This is 86.
86. So I wonder if, I would imagine that once Jordan entered the league 2 years later, Jordan was before that. Jordan had already entered the NBA.
I would imagine
84.
So
It was 84 draft pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why? So what
Oh,
about-
just because people stopped going to baseball games like that. In my bullshit memory, I feel like the NBA got big after that.
I think like the NBA is like turn of the '90s, like real.
But when the
big.
Bulls really started taking,
Yeah.
No, but that's the Bulls. I mean, the Lakers and the
Showtime Lakers. Yeah, you're right. I guess
and
you're
you're
right.
still like,
and the Knicks sucked.
Yeah.
Even the,
So in New York, all you had was the Mets.
dude. I mean, my whole school almost like skipped school to go to a Yankees parade. Like
Yeah.
when the Yankees like had like their
Yeah.
kind of streak and stuff. But also like same thing, you know. I mean,
Depends on the town you're in, and
yeah, we all watched. You know, fucking everybody watched the Cowboys defeat the Bills a million times.
Yeah.
You know, like everything was huge.
Yeah, you're right. There was less going on. There's no porn.
Pre-internet, yeah, you know, like dude, hockey, like fucking
Hockey mattered.
massive.
Yeah.
Where I lived, dude, oh my God. Like, just, like, you know, I've told Matt a million times, but, like, the starter jacket, you brought up starter.
Oh, yeah, well, of course.
Where I lived, it was, like, if a kid had a starter jacket, the flip of the coin was...
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. Or, but mainly in my neighborhood, it would be Rangers, Islanders.
Yeah. Big old jackets.
Yeah.
Puffy.
God, those were good jackets.
They were. So the Mets, Dykstra sums up this. I'm going to say it out loud so it's more coherent. But I'm going to, in the Patreon, I'll also bring some of my favorite Dykstra moments. He is completely hammered during the entire documentary that he appears in. And there'll be a clip that comes up later that will just demonstrate that. But he quotes, and this is a thing that they all would say. They said, when they go to other cities, they go, we're going to drink their beer, fuck their women, and kick their ass.
And hear the lamentations of
Dude,
the...
I was going straight there. You see your enemy driven before you drink their beer.
Fuck their wives, hide the children. We raping everybody out here.
We mesmerized them.
Then the scumbags come in after you have decimated the scorched earth.
The Scum Bunch. Oh, those guys are sick.
Vile. Santana comes in, cleans up the whole place with his thick braids, high pressure washing. I don't know why it's Arnold and not even Arnold.
No, it works. It works. So this attitude, you know.
Well, he did that Hercules in Manhattan movie, I think.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Hercules in New York.
It's Conan, dude.
Is that Lou Ferrigno too? Well, I'm just going from him and Conan and then to Hercules in New York.
So it was July 19th that year. They go to They go to Houston to play a game, and then after the game, a few of them go to this place called Cooters.
Cooters.
Shit.
Which was
Is it like a bottomless? It's like a chicken wing bar.
No, it's like it was an infamous bar that was in Houston that the owner.
Well, in New York, we got the toilet.
Yeah. The owner built it, and his rule was that like local players drink free, and so he wanted to make the giant club where people in Houston would be like, "Oh, let's go there because there's going to be athletes there," and it was next to a men's club. Strip club. That's what they called it. That's what they called it back then. Strip club.
It's a men's club, like the Y.
It's like a piss club with a secret spiral staircase.
Yeah, it's a fucking honky tonk piss club, you know, underneath the pizza shop.
And the guys who did security there, of course, were cops. Not on duty, but cops who were working.
Moonlighting,
yeah. And so it's this second baseman, Tim Tuffle. His first kid is being born. was born that day, and so he goes out with a bunch of guys.
Fuck the mom.
And he gets wasted. Like, he doesn't drink, but he gets wasted. He's in a great mood. And they close that place down. And Tim and another guy are being escorted out by one of the doormen.
Bouncers.
The bouncers. And a couple of the other guys, they go and are like, I got to take a piss before we leave. As Tuffle is outside, something happens between him and one of the cops, and Tuffle turns and throws a punch at the cop. Cop tackles him down. Someone yells, "Break his arm."
Put him in a body bag.
And so the other player with Tuffle then starts...
Breaking the cop's arm?
No. One of the cops yelled, "Break his arm," because they were a baseball player.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're in another city.
Yeah, and they're in Houston.
That's the law. You punch a cop, you break your arm.
Then they got to put him down because it's like breaking a racehorse's leg.
So then the other guy out with Tuffle, he starts getting in with the cops. They both get arrested. The two guys who went to the bathroom, they walk outside. They're arrested just because.
There's the Tuffle scuffle.
Yeah. And so they all go to jail. It's fucking 3 a.m. And they're trying to, the press guy for the team is like, fuck, what do I do? Gets them out early because he has a connection. But because it's arrest records, this hits the news. Yeah.
James Burke.
This hits the news. And so now it's this whole thing.
It's a Tuffle scuffle.
Yes.
We don't want...
It's a Super Bowl.
To cause no trouble.
And so,
we do.
So these Mets, they're like, we're tough guys, we're hard guys, but like we don't want to like, we'll get in trouble if this shit happens.
Right.
But when
two of them got into jail for just pissing.
Yeah. And when they all show up the next morning at
ironically it wasn't Santana.
He does on the bus. That's the difference. When they show up in the clubhouse that day, someone had put tape in each of their lockers to string it down to make it look like bars, and then put a bar of soap in each of their lockers.
Oh,
that's so dumb.
It's a rape joke.
No, it's not.
The soap is a rape. Yeah, don't drop the soap.
Don't drop him.
Well, no, it's
don't drop that shit.
When you go to jail, they give you here's your soap, right?
No, they don't.
No, it's a don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
No, it's not.
Dude, you are the most innocent man of all time.
Why would it?
You're in jail. You're gonna get raped. It's totally a rape joke. Don't drop the soap.
No, but they give you a piece of soap they give you soap when you go to jail.
No, not in the drunk tank.
They also probably give you a fucking toothbrush, but the soap is iconic for don't drop.
I understand the connection.
Connection.
Call up James Burke. Let's see what he has to say. The origins of soap.
But the team would they were a little on edge, and they're in Cincinnati after this, and it's the 10th inning of a 3-3 game. And Ray Knight's playing third, and a guy slides into him and hops up and bumps him a little bit. Ray bumps him back.
Nice.
They're a little chatter back and forth. Ray Knight, Golden Gloves guy, punches a guy in the face.
Yeah, so when you say, because let's clarify that you can be a Golden Glove winner in baseball, which means you are the best position player in your position.
When I go to Golden Gloves, I go to boxing.
Yeah, so do I. But just, there is Golden Gloves that you can win in baseball, and there's also Golden Gloves,
boxing,
which is a boxing
but so he just basically gets like a mild mosh.
No, it's a bench clearing brawl.
No, I'm saying what started it.
Yes.
And then so he clocks him, and then everybody's off the bench.
Yes, and this was maybe the second or third of the 4 bench clearing brawls they would have that season.
Yeah.
Which might be a record.
Damn.
And
well, there would have been more, but some of the guys were in the tunnel.
They were fucking lighting scars.
Daryl, there's a fight.
I'm about to nut.
So the bench is clear. There's this huge fight. A bunch of people get kicked out. And the Mets barely have a team to play the game anymore. And to the point where they have a pitcher in right field, and they have a pitcher
Get
on
the fuck out of here.
No, seriously. Gary Carter, the catcher, he's playing third base because they have a backup catcher in. And they have a pitcher in right field, and they have a pitcher on the mound. And one's a lefty, one's a righty. So Davey Johnson, anytime he had to switch pitchers, would call the right fielder into pitch, put the pitcher into right field.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And so this
Scum Bunch are running the show.
So this game just goes on just forever. It goes into extra innings. And so this shell of a team is playing in extra innings, and
they're playing Houston.
They're playing Cincinnati. And so now it's the 14th inning. They're still tied, and Howard Johnson, he's a 3-run home run, and the team goes, all right, well, Ojeda basically like, well, we're fucking back. We fight, we win. No one can stop us. Doesn't matter who's playing.
If we're down 4 runs, start a brawl.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll take out some of their guys, and we'll lose some of our own. But
yeah, you know, that
the
really,
war of attrition on this.
really going to strengthen the team, you know? Especially like, you know, the whole switching pitchers thing.
You're not stuck in this. I'm not stuck in this stadium with you. You're stuck in here with us.
Matt, can we take a quick break?
Yes, I just want to... One more little thing before we get to just the end of the season.
Okay.
And then that'd be a good time for a break. So the team kept crushing and cruising. They were
always be cruising.
They were way ahead in the standings. But at the same time, they didn't. They had a pride of we don't want anyone to beat us. The season lasts 180 days from April to October, right? And the Mets were in first place for 170 of those.
Jesus Christ.
And when we come back, we will touch on the other song they made.
It's a 2-song season.
It's a 2-song season.
4 brawls, 2 songs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the history of the club, 2 songs. We'll be right back, folks. And we're back. Let's just say during the break we were talking about the terrible raps of the Super Bowl shuffle and stuff.
Right.
But like they are somehow like appalling, but like there's something where you're like it's somehow catchy.
Yeah, I mean, just like, you know, Sports Chalet will take it to the limit.
Right.
Sports Chalet will take it to the limit.
Yeah.
Oh,
so then Aaron made the very correct point.
Because the lyrics are, we don't want to cause no trouble.
That's all I was gonna
We just want to do the Super Bowl. They don't even want to win the Super Bowl.
They don't even want to cause trouble.
We just want to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah. They don't want to put you out of your day. They don't want to bother you.
I don't even want to play football no more.
Fuck it, man.
You know,
Dad, I'm picking up shuffling.
Yeah, but Aaron also made the point that those are terrible raps. And again, we re-listened to the Piss episodes, and I said Brian Wilson does that appalling one from the 90s. And it, like that guy, the guys from the Mets, the guys doing the Super Bowl shuffle, as Aaron pointed out very correctly, not nearly as graceful as Debbie Harry doing it in like the first recorded rap.
Yeah.
At least it might be the first recorded rap, period.
It was the first video of a rap.
Yeah.
But like she named your raps like, you know,
Yes.
Fab Five Freddy.
Because they were already doing that.
They were already
but
doing it.
She had a music video, and that was
she
the
already,
first
yeah,
one.
kind of already had a career or whatever. But like she's slick.
But it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
She's slick about it. These guys sound like they're like so embarrassed in front of Mike. And Matt was like, yeah, they're athletes. And I'm like, that's also them at every fucking press conference.
Yes.
Why there's like 30 people with microphones surrounding these fucking momos?
But that's the difference between guys like that and Keith Hernandez, who
dum.
You know, that's the manager, Davey Johnson. But but that's the difference. There are guys who know how to deal with it, and some maybe even kind of enjoy it and have fun. Like Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he eventually he was like, okay, I'm
gonna wear
press conferences. I'm
feather
gonna have fun with these.
And then then they started realizing, all right, we got to do media training.
Yes.
Teach these guys how to do
definitely.
shit.
Dude, it's always been that way. Like the whole thing, like, you know, fucking Charles Barkley or whatever was like, wait, so I have to be a role model? No. I'm a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like, mind your fucking business. Like, but all these guys are like, you know, it's just like, I think, you know, especially like going through like the college like stuff and everything. Like, oh, you got to be so sanitized and like.
What do you care what I think? Ask the coach.
Yeah, and then it makes it leads to the same incredibly bland ESPN interview every time. Like, did you lose? Well, we just didn't bring it out there today. And
the other team scored more points.
Yeah, dude,
it's
really that stupid.
It's really such a waste of time, and there is a sports media industrial complex of, oh, okay, well, we have a sideline reporter. The coach can't say what they really think because they have to go in the locker room and figure out how to solve that.
Right.
Exactly. And
it's like war reporting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's your strategy? I'm not telling you.
Are you going to tell people? Oh, this is live?
I don't think my phone reaches the front line because they're failing. So,
could you get this message to them?
Can I use your phone? You know, like, but the only thing that really makes the fucking news is this shit, like you said, like Marshawn Lynch and like the guys that go off script, probably like the Lenny Dykstras. You know, and they say shit where like
Allen Iverson.
Then it's really the real reporting is the sports columnist.
Oh God, Mike Lupica
You know what I mean?
shows up a few times in this documentary, and the first time you're like, "Oh, that's racist." He's something like, "So and so goes dark," and you're like, "Oh, you mean the black guy?" I think that's the second one. I don't know if that was.
No, man, I think you're pretty racist there.
He has his earlier one where you're just like, oh God,
Jimmy the Greek style.
Jesus, like I don't know, like the sports editorial column, like oh yeah, oh the ethics of sport. Like fuck off.
Well, no, I mean it is a thing, especially in baseball. They're like, oh, you know, it's just, you know, supposed to be.
You know why Barry Bonds took steroids? Because the media was sucking the dick of guys who were way worse than him until they took steroids.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds goes, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, they couldn't hold my fucking jock.
Yeah.
I'm the best player in baseball. You want to see what steroids does to a good player?
Yeah.
Check out my hat sizes.
Check me out one time like this.
Barry Bonds shattered every record he could.
Yeah. Your thing about, what was it? Barry Bonds is an alien from another planet.
Yeah, that's an old Deadspin article.
Sent to save baseball from space. And like, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah. Guys were on steroids pitching to him, and he destroyed them all.
Yeah, because he also had the HGH.
He had the cream and the clear.
That's right. And the Vagisil.
And he got
he was also already an incredible baseball
He was a
player.
Hall of Fame baseball player before he took steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had a smaller cup.
and a bigger helmet.
Smart. They called him Dum Dum after that.
Big cock Dum Dum. All right, that solves that one. Put that one to bed.
You remember when like our biggest problem in this country was Congress investigating baseball and shark attacks?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Glory day.
It'll pass you by. So the Mets had a second song, guys, and this one was officially sanctioned by the team. The first one was not. We'll cover that one.
It was bootleg?
It was something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, the team wasn't down with Metsmerized?
It was just on the mixtape.
It was on a tape, and they say maybe 100 of them. This is the official team song. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. It's just a video of them, like, highlights of them playing the game.
What, they get fucking Bon Jovi? Oh, this is straight up Major League.
Yeah.
Wild thing! That was Keith Hernandez.
We got the teamwork to make the dream work.
Teamwork to make the dream.
We're gonna make it this time. We're gonna take it home.
Take it home.
Do it.
I think Ferris Bueller just came out around this time.
Yeah.
Where there's a man.
Oh, I thought that was Santana.
Let's go.
Okay. We if we need to.
What would they say? Where there's a meth man, there's a Mets man?
Where there's a meth fan, there's a Mets fan? Is that what you said?
Instead of meth man, there's a Mets man, but same difference.
Yeah.
Same idea.
I'll meet you in the tunnel.
If you guys would like, I can give you more details about that song, if need be, on the next Patreon.
I'm going to listen to that privately.
On loop.
Well,
like a lot.
Yeah. I'm a little
That
private
one's good.
jukebox.
Mesmerized, bad wordplay.
Yeah.
No wonder the team didn't sanction it.
Well, the team didn't know about the other one.
I don't think they knew about anything.
well, when it comes to Doc Gooden, that's their official stance.
Do you remember Mesmerized, sir? Nope. And I'm still reading that book.
Now, I should add before we get into near the end of the regular season, all the signs were there for Doc Gooden. Ray Knight at one point, the third baseman, he was at a charity event earlier in the season, and the baseball commissioner came up to him and said, "Hey Ray, you got a second? So there's a young black star on your team who we're pretty positive has a huge drug problem, cocaine." And Ray's like, "Daryl." Because to everybody, Doc Gooden was like the cleanest. He came from a good household.
He's a good one.
At least the belief at the time was he came from a good household. Doc would say that in the documentary that like his parents had problems. His mom shot his dad once.
Once.
At least
stay together.
Yeah. And so Ray Knight goes to Daryl. He's like, "Hey, Daryl, I heard there's a young black star on our team who has a drug problem." And Ray Knight says, Daryl said, "Doc." And Daryl says, he said, "It's not me," which is interpreted as Doc. So there's an argument about who said what. Because Daryl said, I would never narc on it.
Yeah.
I just said it wasn't me.
I didn't say a curveball. I just didn't say a fastball.
So what's the pitch? Yeah. Exactly, John. And there was a time early in the '85 season where Gooden just almost didn't make a start because he showed up like an hour before the game. And normally you show up like 4 hours before a game because you take batting practice.
Yeah, you got to
get rubbed down.
You got to take
you got to tie a few on.
I completely forgot to talk about all the amphetamines they were doing. Because they were doing a shit ton of amphetamines.
Yeah, amphetamines traditionally had been the drug of baseball.
The drug of baseball. Before cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Bennies.
Yes.
Greenies.
Really?
Yeah, man.
No, dude, we
talked about it in the Pittsburgh episode.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so...
Because, and then, like, those are the things that, like...
those are the things that actually help you play baseball.
Yeah, because they last long.
Unlike cocaine.
Cocaine, you're just, like, out there, like, I can't wait to get this last out.
And it's the idea of the fighter pilots with the...
Yes.
The precision.
Yeah, and, it doesn't fade away or make you want to start a business.
So a Mets fan was a meth fan.
I mean...
Tons of amphetamines in baseball for 30 years.
Every team, and I mean,
and still now, dude, they're fucking taking Adderall.
Jim Bouton talks about it in Ball 4, which if you are a baseball fan, you should read Ball 4. His secret diary of his time learning the knuckleball, and playing with the expansion Seattle Pilots, where he talks about when he was playing in the 60s, there were just jars in the clubhouse full of uppers and downers.
Yeah.
And people be like, there was a charity game with their kids and someone's kid had a good game. They're like, "Oh, did you give them some of those?" It was just everybody. And so and
it was a housewife drug at the time.
But in the 80s, because of cocaine, Major League Baseball was like, "Oh, maybe we should phase these out a little bit," which is to say they were like, maybe we should make it so obvious.
When really what they should have done was make the meth more plentiful so they wouldn't have to resort to the crack and cocaine.
Well, yeah. Well, so there would be guys who...
The meth checks out.
There was a system where, one of the players said, he's like, when I first got there, one of the veterans was like, "Hey, can you get me some milk?" And he's like, "Milk?" He's like...
Probably straight edge.
Yeah, was this the guy that didn't do any drugs?
No. So, if you took too many greenies, you drank some milk to level out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Stomach lining.
It would slow the absorption of it or something?
And then you drank coffee to kick it up. Once the game started,
or piss kicks up.
Only if it's your piss.
It's got to be your piss, or maybe strawberries or something like that.
But so almost everybody was doing them, and one of the reasons there was such a drinking problem in baseball was like these guys are trying to fall asleep. They're trying to fall asleep, but they can drink 30 beers and just
keep going.
Yeah.
But Gooden was a sweet guy who didn't know how to say no to people. And
what about the drugs?
Well, he didn't know how to say no to the people offering him drugs. And then he started, and Hernandez said that he saw the signs. And everybody in the front office in the Mets was like, even the manager, David Johnson, goes, well, I didn't know. And you really wonder how far that really stretches.
Yeah, this is the 86 Mets.
Right.
Who doesn't know?
Well, Gooden wasn't doing coke necessarily with those guys. It would just be they would go, hey, we're all going to meet at a club, and Gooden said, okay, I'll meet you guys there, and then he wouldn't show.
Yeah.
Because he would be doing coke with either his dealer or something.
Yeah, he's the lonely stoner.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But Hernandez said, he's like, one time we're on the bus, and I saw him on the back of the bus, and he was doing this caged animal routine, and he's like, as a guy, I know what it does. And he's like, I saw that. So
was that racist or something?
No, because he was on so much coke. He was like, he was looking around, being like, oh yeah, people are gonna know I'm on coke.
God, what a nightmare!
It's like those chickens.
Oh, what, from Avengers?
Oh, from the okay, save that for the Patreon.
Save that for the Patreon.
Okay, so end of the season,
cooped up.
So that was just that Gooden thing. And meanwhile, Gooden was just not pitching at the same level he had the year before, but he was still one of the best, even on cocaine at that time, he was still one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
This would not be true later, but at that time.
Right. Yeah.
So
we should have brought out the steroids.
Well, yeah. Okay, so we go to September 12th. The Mets need just 2 wins to clinch the division. And like I said, in first place almost the entire season.
God. All but 12 games, pretty much?
All but 10 days. Even that doesn't. So
even that's 3 games.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah,
double headers.
They just lose 4 straight games. They just need to win 2. Then they beat the Cardinals, and then September 17th, they're home at Shea Stadium. They beat the Chicago Cubs. They win their division by 21.5 games, which I believe at the time was the largest ever gap.
Yeah.
They won 108 games, 9th most all time. Even now.
Now, yeah.
Fuck. And you can only imagine how the fans at that time treated this with the class.
Oh, yeah.
The people from Queens?
And the very thoughtful,
humble, good sport winners.
They're getting slugged at the...
So
fucked up.
Slugged from the World Series, I think is what he was saying.
The last out of the game was a ground ball to second base. And as soon as it hit the second base, as soon as the ball was grounded, people were already running out of the field. By the time the ball hit the second baseman's glove, Wally Backman, by the time the ball hit his glove, there were already hundreds of people on the field. By the time Keith Hernandez catches the ball at first base...
Oh, they're running onto the field.
Yes. By the time Keith Hernandez catches the ball at first base, a guy is already past him in the infield. The guy, I'm going to show you the video. The guy stops running to let the ball go by him and then runs. Otherwise, he would have been hit with the ball.
Holy fucking shit.
That's,
dude, I mean, the fans mirror the team, like straight up.
But the team mirrors the city.
Yeah.
Pure anarchy.
Yeah.
Just...
Raiders fans.
Oh, I can't see.
No, I'm going to flip it.
Yeah, chill out, man.
I feel like I'm chill.
Yeah, pretty chill.
More or less. Oh, this is the assemble moment.
I was looking at which way I was going to run. That's the only thing I was worried about.
That's Mookie Wilson.
Hello.
Which way am
Stan
I going
Mookie
to
Wilson?
run?
Mookie's just Mookie?
I think so. I remember.
There's a fan out there look like Where's Waldo?
The fans are storming the field.
If I would have made an error on that play, there would have been 10,000 people that were already on the field that would have killed me.
Oh, it's true.
When the levee breaks? Nice.
But not...
And the adoring fans.
It's actually...
Is that when the levee breaks?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's Beastie Boys.
Paul's Boutique?
This got to be Paul's Boutique.
986?
Grabbed my glove and tried to take my glove. And I looked at him and I went...
Is that Keith Hernandez?
Yeah.
Look at his hat. Look at all these fucking unkempt eyebrows.
A lot of guys from the deli here.
Left field bullpen with Lee Smith. Here come 10,000 people onto the field.
Dude, this is bonkers.
Bodies rolling down on top of the screen above us.
Oh, dude, you got people like doing the tightrope.
I think that's the only time I really was afraid of New York.
It's because you lived in Connecticut.
Probably. And I remember seeing this scrum, 10 or 12 guys, and they're around one guy. They had freaking home plate. This much concrete at the bottom of it, they tore it out of the ground.
No fucking way.
So that was Ed Lynch, who was on the team at the beginning of the season, then was traded, and then was there on the visiting team for the last game, and he saw that. And he said when he was traded, him and his wife, he saw a game on TV like the next day when he was eating dinner with his wife, and he just started crying because he knew these guys.
Really? We're going to go the whole way?
Yeah, and he wasn't on the team anymore.
Well, you gotta, like, when it's New York in the 80s and it's abysmal, and this is like the bright light, like the one bright light. I mean, I'm imagining. I'm not a fucking scholar, but
No, Aaron, you're completely right.
It's a powder keg, and it can go one way or another.
Yeah. It's one of those things, and New York was a lot better at the time, like, of me and everybody in the 8th grade charging around Manhattan for the Yankees parade. Not even a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. But I don't want to go to school.
And you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss that.
I don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing where, like, everybody on the street was just like Yankees, right? Like everybody's just like in that mood, and they're like,
we gotta get something.
It's a collective thing. There's a feeling. I mean, when you are in a crowd, and especially when it's a positive thing like that, and not like hooliganism or something.
Or like, I mean, this is kind of before the time in the States when even if you won the World Series or the NBA championship, that like even if you won now, they like just like light cars on fire.
Right.
Right.
No, even like a fucking a college team wins, and like a 20-year-old is like, this is the height of my life,
right?
And I'm gonna fucking flip this car, and then
exactly, yeah. But it's the thing, especially there, it's like, when I'm saying like guys from the deli,
yeah,
it also means like the usual thing there, the thing where like in a place where you're on top of each other, especially, right? And then, like, you're in these places, and you're waiting for a sandwich, you're waiting for a bagel, egg and cheese, like whatever.
Gotta talk about something.
People got the New York Post, and they're bitching about something. It's mostly bitching, and a lot of sports bitching. And then
you have one thing.
If there's one good thing, you know what I mean.
And also, this team, they're like, these guys are hard.
They're New York.
They're fucking goofs. Like,
some's are dorks, some's are dum-dums.
Yes. No, I mean,
it's really actually much more special to me to know that there was like very well educated people on it now.
Yeah,
because what?
No, they don't have an excuse.
Like what bedlam?
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ.
So it was chaos. One pitcher hurt his non-pitching shoulder, thankfully, when a fan jumped on him. People tore the ground out. There were holes in the ground.
No.
Because they took the ground home so they could bring it. They
I'm going to plant my grass with the Shea Stadium infield grass.
I thought it was a Subway series.
And like home plate has like a foot of concrete.
That's what he was saying.
But guys took it out. Keith Hernandez says in the documentary, he's like, they're like, two guys stole it. They ran into the corner and they were getting kicked by other guys so they could steal it.
They did all the heavy lifting.
It's like a piece of the Berlin Wall.
They did all the heavy lifting, and then this guy's like,
"Give me that.
Give me that."
Imagine you take the train home, and you just see a guy holding like a fucking like foot-long piece of concrete with the
rebar.
Yeah, it'd be
this
the
is
kind
from home plate.
you're like, I mean, no, a dream scenario. Like, first of all, I got on the field. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not getting arrested. Cool.
Right.
Maybe I get to high five Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
These guys go, with my fingers, I'm going to
rip out the foundation.
Remove a cement hub attached to home plate that goes 40 inches deep into dirt.
Yeah.
With other guys that are scrounging around.
And people wonder how they built the pyramids.
And then people are going to try to jack us As if when they go down the tunnel, there's not going to be other guys to steal it from them.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah. The cops only arrested 2 people that day, they said.
What did those guys do?
One of them punched a cop.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Break his arm.
So
That is so ridiculous.
So the Mets win their division, the East National League. And so it's a 7-game series in the playoffs. Winner goes to the World Series. And the Mets play the Houston Astros.
These fucking cocksucker.
And Houston, there's a hot shirt going around.
We remember what happened at Cooters.
There's a hot shirt going around in Houston that says, Houston Police 4, Mets 0.
Oh, nice.
You know, that's kind of a pro-cop town in those days, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Houston also had this guy named Mike Scott, who is their number 1 pitcher. Mike Scott was a guy who, in normal times, would have been past his prime. I guess it was relatively normal. He was kind of a okay starter, then kind of just, you know, if you're only okay, at some point either you get good or you don't, and he didn't. And then one year he works with this guy who teaches him a forkball. Now, a forkball is normally when you take a baseball, there's these 2 seams on it. And if you hold it over your 2 fingers, your index and your middle finger, over the 2 seams, you can cover it the way the seams run around the baseball. So you have
a 2-seam fastball.
A 2-seam fastball is when you run your fingers on the 2 seams perpendicular.
But then you got a 4-seam.
Or parallel is the 2-seam fastball. Right. Now, when you run it perpendicular, now you're running a 4-seam fastball. The 4-seam fastball is a straight, hard fastball.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-seam fastball, depending on whether you throw right or left, when you throw it, if you throw right, it will cut to the right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll waver.
Yeah.
You can throw it harder, less straight, and 4-seam, you can throw it.
Is it like a knuckleball?
No,
not even close.
It is.
But these are just fastballs. And then there's a split finger.
It is flat, and then if you're a right-handed pitcher, it dodges to the right. And so what you do is you throw it over the middle of the plate a little bit. A guy goes, "Oh, easy fastball," and then it hits him in the soft part of the bat, and he grounds out weakly to you.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
And then there's the forkball, which is kind of the splitter, where what you do is you take your 2 fingers and you put it on the side of the baseball. Yeah. So nowhere near the top of the baseball.
Yeah. You got to have big old mitts like you.
Yeah. A lot of, it's easy for not realize this. Most baseball pitchers are big, tall fucking goons.
Yeah, big long hands and fingers.
Yeah. Big fat ass.
Fucking assholes.
Big fat ass.
You got to have a big fat ass.
Big donk.
Or really long arms.
Huge donk.
Yeah, dump truck.
Anchoring you to the fucking mound.
And so what happens when you put your fingers on the side of the ball and you throw it just like you would throw a fastball, the batter sees the ball. The batter only has a split second to react.
0.2 seconds.
But they see that ball coming at him, and it looks like a 4-seam fastball.
But it's
and
not.
then when they swing, because of the way you held your fingers, the ball dips underneath the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden, the guy swings and misses, or he grounds out. And a ground ball is the safest contact for a pitcher because
somebody will get it.
Yeah, it's not a home. It's not going to be a double or a home.
Right.
So this
guy's magicians.
This guy Mike Scott.
Dude, pitchers.
The science of it is absolutely preposterous.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
That these guys hit any of them
is magic as well.
Well, that's why in baseball,
0.2 seconds.
And then for every mile an hour faster it gets, it's another 10% time jump. Like it gets there 10% faster.
Yeah.
The difference between 90 and 100, it gets there in 0.15 seconds.
Yeah,
there's no time. You have to swing as soon. You have to know where you're swinging and how you're swinging.
You can't think.
By the time the ball leaves the hand.
Did you think it's a thing where you're winding up when you see the body language?
No.
You're watching the egg. You're watching the square where the hand, the release point, and then you're looking at the rotation of the ball. Like if it's a curveball or a slider, you'll see a red dot. A slider, you'll see a red dot. And that's the seam spinning.
Yeah. So ideally, if you are a very good pitcher, every pitch you throw is released from the exact same spot.
Because then
the hitter has less info to go off of.
Yeah.
Now
he's got a radio.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of pitch is this?
Or it's like the Houston Astros when they got in trouble for cheating. they had a guy that would tell the hitter through banging on a trash can what the pitch was. And if you already know what the pitch is, then you are miles ahead.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter how fast it is.
Right.
You can throw 110.
Where it is.
Yeah, how could even the hits on the trash can equal the time? Almost.
It doesn't matter. Like, if you know what the pitch is, a major league hitter can hit 110 miles an hour fastball. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If you know that it's going to be, it doesn't matter. They're professional.
It's preposterous, isn't it?
Yeah. It's incredible that anything gets done.
And then there's the curveball and the slider. The slider is a fastball that cuts in the curveball.
And then you introduce a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And a knuckleball. That's just the wind working.
No rotation.
Yeah. And so this guy Mike Scott had this forkball and completely revolutionized his career and became one of the best pitchers in baseball, except for one little thing.
Let's hear it.
He also had a tiny little piece of sandpaper in his glove
that he would rub the
on
ball
his pitching hand. And everybody kind of knew.
Weird.
And so what he would do is he would have this tiny little piece of sandpaper, and he would take the ball. And there's a thing pitchers do when they get a baseball, and it's called muddying it up.
You rub the dirt on it
because.
But back in the day, it was a thing like where it was like they would spit on. It was a whole fucking thing.
Right. Early baseball was like
that.
You would soak it in water. So
you could do anything to it.
Yeah.
You'd get it baptized.
Hopefully.
So
circumcised, you cut a few seams off.
So as a pitcher, generally, like you muddy it up because it gives you better grip.
Yeah,
and the better grip you have, and there's a whole thing in major leagues today where they were using like really sticky stuff to get like an even better grip, or the suntan lotion or something, because the amount the ball spins means it's harder to hit. And
then they would have like if they had product in their hair, they'd run their hands through their hair and get it on there.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking jizzed on my hand. Oh, my bad. Oh,
so Mike Scott,
I forgot.
Combined with his great forkball and a little bit of sandpaper, when you scratch a ball like that, it does what a knuckleball does even when it spins. So it just fucking dives. It just goes whop. And so these guys, they're reacting in a 95 mile an hour fastball. They're reacting, and the ball isn't where the ball is supposed to be when they swing.
Right.
And everybody just goes, "Wow, what a forkball he has!" And the Mets are going, "He's cheating." You can see him. There's video of him just like weirdly rubbing the ball up. And
isn't it great that the Mets are not cheating?
Yes, right. I mean, that's the fucking thing.
Like, they're the worst people on earth.
Like, we're all on speed.
Yeah, like, but with baseball, we're gentlemen.
Well, they're not gentlemen. They got four French.
No, but when it comes to playing the game,
yeah.
Like that's like not. It's not even roid time.
And their best pitcher's opposite of cheating. He's on coke.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a respect for the game, right? A little decorum.
Yeah, but as soon as if it's like the seventh inning, that it's basically over. We're cracking out the champagne,
dude. Really. But if you're like, oh, these guys, they drank on the bus, drank on the plane, the hotel.
They blew you, dog.
They just got this guy just came. Like all good reasons to lose. And instead they win for 170
because they are the best team in baseball.
Like what the fuck? Like they handicap only themselves.
Yes.
But they're handicapped together.
Yes.
That's right.
Dude, it really is such a team thing.
It really
where
is.
They're going like, well, I came, plus I'm high.
And so is everybody else.
I've been drunk, dude.
And we all fart.
We made Strawberry eat the Ookie Cookie.
Santana, you know I don't sleep.
Look, Santana knows. My back's wet, man.
Our bus driver is petrified of us. But we wouldn't cheat at baseball.
How dare you?
I'm not a scumbag.
Sir.
I might be in the Scum Bunch.
But I'm not a scumbag.
So they couldn't play the Houston Astros. Game 1, Mike Scott.
And also, by the way, I mean, just for pure beauty aesthetic reasons, the Texan, 10-gallon hat.
Yes. Well, Houston has.
Oh, y'all from New York City?
Houston has the Astrodome. I don't know why I said Astrodome. One of the great.
The Astrodame is the lady that works there.
That's right. Houston, the Astrodome is regarded as one of the great wonders of the world.
Right.
What?
It had because it was the first dome.
Yeah.
And it had the fucking shittiest fake like AstroTurf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And
Well,
like,
because they've got the space program there. That's why they're the Houston Rockets and the Houston Astros.
but like
and
Texas is just
whatever
like
else.
emblematic of like the South. That's like we're so Southern, we don't even want to be in the South.
Mhm.
Yeah.
New
We're
York-
going to secede from the secessionists.
Yeah, New York is the only reason why. Like we are so diametrically opposed to everything that's
to the
going.
metropolitans.
Yes, exactly.
Like there's a beauty to it.
We're the Astros because we want to secede from the planet.
Yeah.
We built a space station here,
Yeah.
a spaceport, to secede from Earth.
We only have rockets because Queens is too close.
We would be the dark side of the moon Astros if we could.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd be the mole men.
Who knows?
So the Mets play the Astros, and the Mets all know. They're like, we know this guy's cheating, but if we lose, this team, like everything, all of the fucking debauchery.
Do you know what I'm
has
saying?
been for nothing.
I'm just seeing a commando crawl with the cigarette. Shut the fuck. Camera on him. To the mound. Imagine.
Well, so they don't quite get there, but game one, Doc Gooden against Mike Scott. Gooden goes 7 innings, pitches a good game, only gives up 1 run. A great game, really. Only gives up 1 run.
1 run is nice.
That's below his traditional ERA.
Mike Scott goes, well, when you had the
other innings.
So it's probably, but actually you might be right. Mike Scott instead pitches complete game shutout with 14 strikeouts.
Mike Scott?
Yeah, the first time Gary Carter faces him, he goes, look at the ball. Ump looks at it, goes, nah, it's fine. Throws it off,
on it.
gives him a new ball, gets scratched up. Carter after the game, and Keith Hernandez would be like he's not wrong, but it's a little embarrassing. Like you can't make, even though that's what's happening, you can't blame it.
Okay, real quick. What do you think about that mindset? Because I think that's like almost like bro culture being like we should overcome bullshit.
The cheater?
Yeah, like inflate gate. That sort of thing.
No,
I get it.
No, I've thought about it. I've thought about it.
But the pitcher, the pitcher in baseball is the most important player relatively to the rest of both teams. It's more important than any other player in the rest of sports.
Right.
Because they control the pace.
Oh, dude, but
it
also,
starts there.
What do you think versus Inflategate?
It's not, it's still not even.
Not even in comparison, in your opinion?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know as much about football, but I know that in baseball, the pitcher.
I feel like it's almost the same exact thing.
We're talking about hand the ball,
talking about grip and throwing.
No, but Tom Brady can.
But you're trying to get your guy to catch it, not to trick the other guy to miss it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. True.
So there's only so good you can get to get it to your guy.
Baseball is one. Almost every aspect of baseball is one guy against one guy.
Yes, true.
And with Tom Brady and Inflategate,
he's got
if his offensive line doesn't play well, then it doesn't
matter.
Right. Yeah.
But with baseball,
the variables are 2.
But I think even if guys knew about that shit, and it's like one of those things where you're like, all right, fuck. Can't we be better than slightly deflated balls? Like, I totally get that mindset.
Right.
And in the same way, I think Keith Hernandez would be like, come on,
well, so you mean it's not like they didn't do anything, and I also should say that Jeff Pearlman in his book he calls up Mike Scott and he says, Mike, so were you?
What grit did you use?
And Mike Scott says, I'll tell you about it in my book. And Pearlman goes, well, when's your book coming out?
What fucking book?
He goes, I'm not writing a book. And so Jeff Pearlman calls a couple of his friends, and one of his friends goes, did he say I could talk? I'm not going to talk about it.
He was thinking about my book. It's written on sandpaper.
And no one said
in sand.
No. No one said no, he didn't cheat. They
Right.
all said something to the effect of, I don't know if I can tell you.
Yeah.
Even the guy who did it.
Yeah.
So we will come back to that. That's game 1. Game 2, Bobby Ojeda is against Nolan Ryan.
Fuck.
Oh,
Monster.
Yeah. Now, and also,
big old dump truck.
tall Texan.
Huge anchor. Wrecked them like
Also,
nothing.
former Met. I believe he won a World Series with the Mets in 1969. He's still fucking pitching.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, Nolan Ryan pitched for 27 years.
Yeah.
I had signed Nolan Ryan ball in the 90s.
Dude, and that was 20 years into his career.
Fuck me,
Almost 30. Yeah, almost. Yeah. But yeah, he pitched forever.
And pitching forever is a fucking fluke.
And straight like 90 to
Fire.
100.
He threw gas.
And then he beat the shit out of Robin Ventura.
He did, yeah.
But was he an Astro, Texas?
Who?
Well, he played for the Mets, and then he played for the Astros, and then he played for the Angels.
Yeah, and then he played, I believe, for the Texans.
Yeah.
And he played for a lot of teams.
Dude, he played until I was a fucking like youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was drafted in the 70s.
Yeah. No, I think in the 60s.
Always seemed like a very nice guy, too. Like,
did he?
Well, he is a baseball player.
Yeah, and he's from Texas. No offense, Texan, but no.
He was Nolan Ryan. I like to think he was a good guy, but who knows?
Who knows?
I thought the same thing about Kurt Schilling for a while.
I mean, he probably voted for George W. Bush.
Yeah,
because he sat with him.
Yeah,
and he was also, I think George W. Bush might have been
the owner of the team.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's Bobby Ojeda against Nolan Ryan. Ojeda, he's a lefty. He said at this point his arm, ice picks. It hurt.
It's so bad. Hurt so bad.
He
Should have done
struggled.
steroids.
Yeah. But it's 162 game season. It's 180 days, and then you add on the preseason. You had spring training, and man, when I played baseball, my arm hurt after 3 months, and I still had 3 more months to play, and I wasn't a pitcher. I was just a guy who would throw the ball from the outfield.
Yeah, and
or second
you weren't
base.
throwing 200 pitches or 180 pitches, and then had to do it again in 3 days.
Right.
Yeah. The intensity with which you would have to throw a ball and train your arm to throw a ball with aim,
and then as a pitcher to throw pitches where you twist your wrist
and your elbow,
which puts a ton of
every single fielder is doing it in a way where it's
natural,
safe and natural,
and using their crow hopping,
and it's
they're doing it 10 times a game.
But it still hurts. It's still with the immediacy of I need to fucking save this play, right?
Right. So
every single thing the pitcher does is that
I need to stop this play from even happening.
Yeah, dude.
Baseball is weird in the sense where
the defense controls the game.
Nothing happens, but the moment something happens, you are going from 0 to 100.
Yeah,
and so you have these brief moments where you are moving as fast as you can, and it's weirdly exhausting in that way.
Yeah, it's the only time baseball is ever compared to war, because usually football's compared to war, but baseball is compared to war in that it's long stretches of boredom punctuated by short moments of complete terror.
It's trench warfare.
Yeah.
It's World War I.
Yeah.
and
it's a game from that time.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
yeah. People that are like, "Oh, but baseball's so boring." It's think about just the strain of a few seconds of play.
Run as hard as you can for 5 seconds.
Yeah, then
throw the ball.
Then tell me shit is boring.
Yeah.
Run as hard as you can for 5 seconds and then catch something.
Yeah, catch a moving object.
And then throw that as hard as you can.
There's a round ball hitting a round bat going at 100 miles an hour. And then it's hit on a fucking weird parabola, and you got to catch it. You got to run so that you catch it on the fly, and then you got to catch it in the air so that you can throw it to another guy. And then they got to get it there before the other guy who's running gets there.
Right.
And you got to dude. And
then if you don't complete it, we watch with a camera from the sky and go look at this fucking idiot.
He can't even catch it. It's like shooting bullets at each other in Wanted.
Yeah.
You got to bend the bullet to hit the other bullet out of the sky. People go, baseball's boring.
It's just going I can't believe Neo didn't dodge those bullets.
Fucking asshole.
Fucking idiot. Stupid bastard.
I know Kung Fu.
Jesus Christ. Get Morpheus in here.
They'll show you what to do.
Game 2. Bobby Ojeda gets Nolan Ryan. Ojeda's arm is falling off, but the Mets score 5. Ojeda pitches a complete game, giving up 1 run. Damn. Game 3. After 2 innings, the Mets are down 4. By the 6th inning, Hernandez gets on second base. Strawberry just murders a ball. Absolutely murders.
Like an 8-ball?
No.
He just puts an 8-ball down in the middle of the third and fourth. He murders a ball.
Then he came out and played.
Boy, it was key.
I believe this is the.
He murders a ball is exactly what he did.
So I think this is the Strawberry had been struggling all season, and he'd been getting booed, which is like such a New York thing to do, to boo a guy in his third season when he's not like the super.
Oh no! You know what?
He's not even 25.
You know what that thing is like the thing of like, oh, we expected more.
Yeah.
While we're winning.
Yeah.
That's classic New York bullshit.
Yeah.
He should be doing better. Get back in and finish your sandwich.
It's always the deli.
Go back to the deli.
The deli
You
guy.
know what? Go back and make my sandwich.
Yeah. Back there. It's a good sandwich.
It is a good sandwich. Please go make it.
I believe this is the moment. Keith Hernandez is on second, and he looks at Daryl and he says, he taps his shoulder. He says, shoulder. And that's a sign like, keep your shoulder in. Because if you
swing,
and when you're swinging, if you open your shoulder,
You're going to try and pull the ball and all this shit.
the bat comes with you, and if there's a ball on the outside part of the plate, you're gonna pop
Foul
it up
it
or
off,
miss it.
yeah.
You're gonna, and so he does this, and Strawberry hits, just destroys his ball, 2-run home run, murders it, and so but then the Mets go behind again in the game, and this Houston pitcher comes on named Charlie Kerfield. And Charlie Kerfield is one of these guys who are like, he's like fucking like 6'4", from Texas. He's a complete asshole. And they're like, what do you like to do, Charlie? And he's like, I like to sit in a boat and just fart. And you're like, wow, this guy's got a lot of character.
His boat, his cleats are boots.
Yeah, he has these big glasses, and he's just like, he's a guy who's like, he's
sit in a boat and fart.
I just made that up, but that's basically that kind of sums him up.
It sounds true.
Yeah, it does.
That's canon. I was sitting in the boat and fart.
Dude, I completely believed it.
Yeah, I know.
I call the fish 8 N-words. You know, typical stuff.
He's just this like large man. He's like, he doesn't count as a bully because doesn't go out of his way, but he would definitely like trip someone running past him.
Yeah.
If the situation, or if the opportunity presented itself,
Right.
he fishes with dynamite.
Most of his bullying is just by demoralizing everyone by his existence.
Yes.
And the smell of his farts.
That's exactly it.
I'm bullying people before I wake up.
Yeah. Just the thought of me really bums people out.
Like Charlie Kerfield, and you see just.
It's like he's like you
Not
don't
having fun anymore.
I don't want to overthink it. From the little I've learned about him, I don't get the sense that he played baseball because he wanted to win. He just played baseball because he was good at it.
And you got to sit half the time.
Yeah, and let him just do whatever he wanted.
I sure enjoy sitting.
The dugout's kind of like a boat.
So Charlie Kerfield comes on, and Gary Carter comes up to the plate, and Carter's been in this huge slump, and Carter grounds the ball back up the middle, and Kerfield turns his back, and it hits off his back and falls into his glove. Like, and Tim McCarver is doing the play-by-play. It's like, what a play! And it's like, it's not that cool of a play. And Kerfield, I gotta admit, not a bad move. Gets the ball in his glove and then points at Carter as if to say, gotcha, and then throws the ball to first. And
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You give him finger guns and stuff.
But for a guy like Gary Carter, this would stick with him and become important later.
That's nice.
And I think it wakes the Mets up a little bit of like, we don't like Gary Carter, but you can't do that to Gary Carter. We can do that.
Yeah, he's one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's our shithead. Dumb.
Don't get me wrong. My duty toilet paper's in his locker.
I'm gonna shit in his pants.
But
yeah, I put the soap there. But no,
I think we're gonna have to mesmerize
Santana. Bring out the slugger
at bat.
Okay. You in the hole.
So, the Mets kind of wake up in the ninth inning. Wally Backman, the second baseman, gets on first, and then Lenny Dykstra comes up, and his manager.
No, this is top of the ninth. Is it in Houston?
This is, I believe it's it's bottom of the ninth.
So they're in Shea.
Yeah, they're in New York, and Lenny Dykstra comes up and
stinks,
and he does one of those swings where it's almost one-handed.
Yeah.
And he hits the ball and it's a home run.
No way.
Absolutely.
It looks almost like one-handed.
It does. And here is his description of it.
I gotta watch this 30 for 30, dude.
Oh, you do, because they talk about New York a lot. And
great.
And you're like, oh, yeah.
Not enough media talks about New York.
Fuck you, dude. This is fucking L.A. noir bullshit you're running down my throat all the time.
Name another fucking noir movie that starts in another city.
It should be all in New York.
So here.
Gotham City.
Well, it's Gotham City.
Here, I'll show you the swing.
Two different things, but you're right.
Here you go.
What is there?
Here's the pitch by Smith. Line drive toward right field.
So he slapped it out of the park.
Way back. It's out of here. The Mets win it. City takes the Liberty.
Starting pitchers, you really
This is Ron
wear
Dollar,
it
who had started
if
the
your
game
team
and
loses those games,
pitched
but if they
poorly.
win it, you're like, whoa, thank you.
Here's Lenny's description.
He barely swung, man, but a baseball guy, dude. Somehow pushed it over the fence. And then it went out of the park, and I was like floating around the bases.
I was drunk then, too.
That was like surreal. Surreal means like not real.
Dude, he's fucked up.
S-U-R-R-E-A-L.
Lenny spells it for him.
It's not like Surreal, the company that carries around.
Or the night.
Surreal, the
I'm
night.
surreal of Dreamland.
Dude.
Oh, that poor guy. They left that in the edit.
Oh, yeah.
Surreal,
It's a weirdly edited documentary where, like, at one point they cut, like, Doc Gooden. Doc Gooden is not all there, and he's not even drunk. He's just not all there anymore. And at one point they cut away from the interview to a further back shot, a wider shot, and he's definitely sitting in, like, his niece's, like, bedroom on a child's chair, and you're like, you did not need to you did not need
It's
to
like
show
that
this
scene of Trump in the kid's desk.
Yeah,
you know?
and you're like, no.
He's actually outside of Walmart on the horsey.
Yeah. It's
He's on a little Tykes Power Wheels.
yeah, it feels like it's like a neg, like guys, like
Yeah.
we know what he sounds like. We know his history. You do not need to show this.
It's the thing. You go like, oh, we're supposed to be gentlemen on the field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about sports journalism?
Yeah.
Can we not show?
He's actually riding Santana's bat.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I don't want this to take too long. We gotta keep moving.
Sorry.
Can we take a break?
Do you need to piss?
Yeah, I do.
I knew when you said Santana.
All right.
I can't help but think about it, man. It's fucking-
We'll be right back, folks.
And we're back. Okay. We have a couple games left before we get to the World Series. And one of them is maybe, arguably, the greatest game in the history of Major League Baseball playoffs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's weird to imagine that. With
I'm so excited for some reason. I'm like,
Really?
So the Mets lose game 1 to Mike Scott, win game 2, win game 3 with this game-winning home run from Nails.
Game 4 is a good one, though.
Game 4, they face Mike Scott again.
This son of a bitch.
And they lose. But the team does this one thing where they start. It's played at Shea Stadium. The home team, their bat has the bat boy, and their bat boy gets all of the balls. So they have Mike Scott at Shea Stadium, and so the Mets bat boy collects all the baseballs
With the rubs.
So the Mets start collecting the baseballs, and they're in the dugout tossing the ball to each other, looking at it, going, "Yep." And they're on TV laughing, even though they're losing this game, going, "Guys,
Dude, the shit they would do on TV.
Yeah.
Lighting, like, I mean, beyond the cigarette pranks, which is
Hilarious.
maybe insane and almost assault. Like, it's a thing where you go like, this makes it like extra anarchy, like
Right.
like private. Oh, we're really fucked up. These guys are like, I'm dying to show you I'm insane.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, There's cactus spurs.
Yeah. He's got grip tape on the ball. He's a skater.
Oh, I forgot to transfer the picture of the scuff.
The tough scuff?
Oh, here it is. Never mind. I got it.
Crime Dogma scuff.
So, after the game, they lose the game, and the reporter's like, "Oh, so like," and they're like, one of the guys being able to toss me a ball, throw me a ball. He goes, "Look, here's another one." And so in the documentary, I believe it's the equipment guy. He goes, "I saved one because I knew you were gonna ask." And I'm gonna
fuck off.
Seriously. And there's writing on the other side of it. Like someone must have been like, "Hey, Greco, love the way you made my balls feel good. Here's an
Mike Scott's a bitch.
Here's an illegal baseball." And I'm going to show you both to both of you now.
The boys?
Oh yeah, look at that.
And so you see in the baseball, and they said every one of these guys said the same spot on every single ball. And everybody knew he was doing it. They sent more than 20 baseballs that looked just like this with a scuff. These are the vertical scuffs on a ball. And when you have that, the ball is going to do some dancing.
Crazy shit.
Freaky stuff.
And
once this ball hits 88, get ready for some serious shit.
And yeah, he's throwing 95.
Imagine.
Mm-hmm. And but the commissioner's office said, you need something more. But it's like, you can't get more
Get the fuck out of here, 20 balls?
You can't get more definitive proof than video of the guy
rubbing
doing a
it.
weird rub, and then but there's
baseball shavings.
But maybe he was like rubbing his hands and be like, I sure like pitching.
Can't wait to tie this ball to the railroad tracks.
No, one of the most amazing things about like watching these videos of like none of these guys are in shape. They look like just some guy who's really like they all swing with their arms and they have giant wrists because like no one does leg work.
Yeah, big dad energy.
Yeah, and they're like all of the pictures are like some guy with a fucking beer belly.
Yeah,
with like a dumb ass. You're like,
they're all farm boys. They swung
squat.
sledgehammers in their basements.
They're like, oh, if I run a little bit, then I'm a pitcher, and you're like. Game 5.
Body shaming legends.
If I run a little bit, then I'm a pitcher.
No, that's their whole fucking war. They're like, oh, I ran 2 miles. I'm a pitcher. They're all 6'4". Like, they're giant people.
I mean, we're just talking about they're doing these marvelous athletic events,
yes.
and you're like, fuck these.
Yeah, I mean, it is like I remember in Tucson, the White Sox would come and they would do their spring training there.
Uh-huh.
And like they would come like sometimes like half of the team would come to like some of these bars that the colleges would be at, and you look at them like you're just a big goon.
Yeah, big goon is the
you're just
perfect.
You're a big goon. You're a farm like, and that's this is not body shaming.
No, but it is a corn fed.
Yeah, it's a corn fed Indiana white boy shit.
Yeah,
we're like running is it's just 90 feet at a time max.
Yeah. You're the guy that's always fighting Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
That guy.
Yes.
Is that a 20 with a bunch of ones?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yes. Did you fall in your place or someone else's?
Shit.
I mean, none of these guys have positive traction.
All right, they lose game 4. Game 5, it's Gooden against Nolan Ryan this time. Nolan Ryan is unhit 5 innings, and then Strawberry.
That's just young Nolan. Like that. I mean, it's not young. But it is. I probably peak Nolan Ryan.
No. Peak Nolan Ryan would have been when he was with the Mets
in the 70s.
Yeah, but also like it is really impressive for the fact that he was able to be so good even though the game had changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And he didn't even get the benefit, as far as we know, as like the good steroids like Roger Clemens did. Like when Roger Clemens was like 40. And like was playing the best, like pitching the best of his career, you're like, all right, he had a little help. he had the 40-year-old mind and a 30-year-old body.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Nolan Ryan had a 40-year-old mind and a 40-year-old body, and it was just fucking hurting guys' hands, hurting the catcher's hands.
Yeah.
You could throw hard, man.
4 fucking decades.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
no one's gonna touch his strikeouts.
No,
it's an untouchable record.
But Game 5, it's incredibly close game. Gooden, I think, gives up 1 run in the first 5. Nolan Ryan is unhittable the first 5 innings, and then Strawberry, he says, finally I got a pitch I didn't look at, I didn't let go, I didn't let pass me, and just hits a bomb off of him.
Plus, I fucking murdered a ball, if you know what I'm saying.
And it's one of those games when you look at the win percentage of a game, it went from Strawberry's home run when the Astros had a 63% chance of winning in the 5th inning, and it immediately flipped to the Mets having like a 57% chance of winning. It's just one of those things that just...
The momentum shift.
No, but like
in the gambling?
The mathematical equation of who is going to win shifted immediately in
Because of the home run?
Yes. And maybe it is momentum. I don't know exactly how they capture this, but it's in all the baseball stats now.
Bro science.
So now it's 1-1.
Is it bro science?
No. I mean, please continue. I don't want to...
No. It's not, I mean, but just very quickly, like, there is something about it where you go, like, the shit, like, morale, there's something about it.
You get in a pitcher, if a pitcher's having a great game and then you fucking hit a dinger off of him, like,
it changes.
He's more likely to throw another pitch over the plate that somebody's going to rock another one off.
And especially if it means now you're tied 1-1.
Right.
And this is Ray Knight, I believe Ray Knight says it in the documentary, he says, if we were tied, we knew we were going to win.
Right.
That's what that was our belief. And so it's 1-1 after the Strawberry home run. And then the game just keeps going. Gooden pitches 10 innings. In the 12th, it's still 1-1.
They don't bring a reliever in until the 11th.
The way baseball worked back then.
Yeah, they didn't cycle through pitchers.
It wasn't Matt.
Well, he's in the right field.
But the way that these mathematical matchups are done.
The reliever
now.
was at the wrong stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Our other guy was in the right field.
Exactly.
The reliever was blowing people in the tunnel.
He's like Strawberry.
He's the reliever.
Strawberry looked at me, and I was
I'm
like,
a reliever.
So
sucked his dick.
So we keep going all the way to the 12th now. Bottom of the 12th, that guy Kerfield is in again.
Shit.
And the winning run is on second. And Gary Carter, who's been struggling all series, is up again. And Gary Carter at this point in the series has 1 hit and 21 at-bats. Which is...
dismal?
Yes. I mean, there's no way, like, his head...
He's batting 50.
Yeah, I mean, the physical doesn't even matter anymore. Like, getting a hit is just, it's a mental thing.
Yeah, plus he's smart.
Yeah. But he is this guy.
With a lot of baggage.
He is this guy. And I believe this is the one where Hernandez, the first base was open and they walked Keith Hernandez. And Hernandez said, I'm glad they walked me because it shows what Gary was made of. And Gary Carter takes a fucking...
Dude, that's so sick.
Weak-ass fastball, drives it up the middle, run on second, scores, and the Mets win.
Did he say that in the 30 for 30?
Yeah.
It showed when they put the pressure on Gary. He showed up to the...
Yeah.
Dude, it's the thing where, like, Keith Hernandez is still like, yeah, I'm still the leader of the 86 Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking so sick.
The 30 for 30 is awesome. Keith Hernandez is so amazing. There are half of his scenes, there's just a cat sitting in front of him.
Yeah.
And the other half of those scenes, he's petting the cat while he...
Yeah.
He's a Bond villain.
And the cat's name
shit.
is Hunch.
No, dude, he's fucking Captain America.
Yeah.
He's Captain America.
Yeah.
He's Captain America. Nice. Mets win. Game 5. That night, Darryl Strawberry...
Scum Bunch assemble!
The night after Game 5, Darryl Strawberry breaks his wife's nose.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at domestic abuse. It's just like, did you have to?
I do have a good, delivery.
You do have a good delivery. The timing is impeccable.
So the thing with Darryl Strawberry is, and he admits it in the documentary, he's like, I was not a good guy. His relationship with his wife is young. Meets her when he's young. They get married. They have a kid. They get married.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the book, they're like, we kept telling him, you should not be with this woman. You hate each other. You absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
And the entire time he was with her, they were fighting. And it comes out after this game, or the next morning or something, that he had hit her, broke her nose.
Jesus.
And so that's just
Was that one of the Houston cops' ideas?
Yeah, it's one of the less fun facts. Meanwhile, no one knows what Dwight Gooden's doing right now.
Wait, nose?
He's breaking his own nose. He's deviating his septum.
It's a thing of, she's taking all my coke. Break her nose.
So now the Mets are up 3-2. They're up 3-2, and they can't lose game
She's
6.
taking all my coke, break her nose.
Okay, I wasn't even listening.
Yeah, she's taking, break her nose, she can't do it. That's so stupid.
No,
John.
It's very stupid, but also
it's brilliant.
The main
she
thing,
can't do your coke if you break her nose.
But no, by all accounts, she wasn't doing any drugs.
But also, like, you should not be anybody.
Yes.
Scum Bunch.
Right.
To Keith Hernandez in the 86 Mets getting married to anyone.
Well, there's also that. No, but Daryl got married a couple years before.
Even worse.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean,
there's
He's talking about blowing people in the tunnel.
Yes.
He's not blowing. Maybe he is.
No.
Yeah, who knows? It was the 80s, man.
I mean, gender didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
The 90s is when we figured it out, and then the
Then we went
2000s.
back.
Yeah, then we decided people were gay.
Yeah, it's like, and I said,
Can't be gay if there's no gender, dude.
I fucking hate.
I'm not gonna ask, man. So don't tell me.
Don't ask, don't tell your gender.
I didn't ask, so don't tell me.
I call an orgy a gender bender.
All I want is a frog with a full head of hair.
It's riveted for her pleasure.
And I'm riveted. It's riveted.
Dude, she croaked after.
Spend time at the lily pad. Very dumb.
You ever fuck with Toad?
So it's game 6 of the National League Championship Series, and the Mets are up. They just need to win one game, and they know that if they do not win this fucking game, you know who they're going to face in Game 7?
That guy, that pitcher.
And even Lenny Dykstra says, we're going to fucking lose, man.
With the slurring?
That's what he, yes. That's
Now, losing means not winning.
and then he spells it for you.
I met you guys tonight, right?
Exactly.
I like you guys. No homo.
Somehow.
Dykstra.
Game 6, Mets can't lose. If they lose, they face Mike Scott. Bobby Ojeda is going to start for the Mets. He can barely move his arm. It is structurally damaged.
Oh.
And he tells the trainer this, and the trainer says, well, the team doctor's in D.C. So in the morning of the game, Ojeda and the trainer get on a plane. They fly to D.C. He gets 3 shots in his arm. They fly back to New York, join the team plane, fly to Houston.
Fuck.
And when the plane arrives in Houston, they're facing this guy. I want to say it was Kepner, I think, but a guy they'd already beat. And as the plane lands, Hernandez and McDowell come out of the overhead compartments and start reenacting a scene from Poltergeist.
Shut the fuck.
I'm sorry, what?
Where Hernandez, McDowell is being the pitcher and Hernandez is the Mets. And they go, they're back.
Oh, my God.
They've been on the plane with them.
Yeah.
Hidden in the overhead?
Not the entire time. At some point, they
just
crawl
at the landing.
into him, get out when they land, do the scene from the Poltergeist saying, that's the one.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. This team liked each other.
These guys like the Spielberg type of shit.
Yeah.
You want to know how he won the World Series? Well, it's complicated.
We like Craig T. Nelson. He was in Poltergeist.
He's coach.
Yeah.
Now the game starts. When the game starts, Ojeda hasn't had shots like this before. Or at least there's so many. And he says his arm...
3 shots?
Yeah, it's probably cortisone
or something. Yeah.
And he says his arm feels like... His fucking pitching arm feels like a sandbag. And he's like, I just can't...
Move it.
I can't do anything with it. He gives up 3 runs in the first inning. There's 1 out. There's a man on third.
like, I mean,
fan.
You only
It's a fan on third.
From the deli.
they're in Houston. They're in
This
Houston.
thing's not even bolted down. I'm stealing third, guys.
Thing's really in there. You fucking motherfuckers.
The deli guy's gonna steal home.
Now, Ojeda in the documentary is like, he's like, you know, am I a bad guy for wanting to pitch, even though like I was bad? He's like, there's so and so and there's gamers, and he's like, you know, like, I mean, but the thing, like, are you a bad, like, he didn't tell the team, he didn't tell anybody other
He
than
just
the trainer
told the trainer that I'm hurt.
that I can't pitch, but he
wanted to.
He did not want to say, because he knows if he tells the manager, he's not going to be able to pitch.
But it's also a thing, too, with what we're talking about, with morale and demoralizing.
Yes.
And it's also a thing where you go like, okay, so I shouldn't, maybe it's selfish if I suck, but also like, if I say like, oh, I can't do it.
It changes the whole dynamic.
Changes the dynamic.
Oh, he gave up.
The team,
Right.
yeah.
Then we should too.
One of exactly. And like one of those things where you're like, fuck, man, like,
we believe.
Also, like, isn't there a responsibility on me to do the right?
Even if it's to go out there and then tap out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but prove it.
You don't give up.
You don't give up before.
Yeah. And so there's a runner on third. He's given up 3 runs already. Only 1 out.
In the first inning?
First inning. Jesus. And Astros guys up. The Astros go for a squeeze play where a guy at the plate bunts to trick everybody so the guy on third can run in. He throws a fastball. Batter says he never threw me this pitch the entire series. He whiffs on the bunt. They get the guy out at third. 2 outs. Next pitch, he lines out to shortstop. Ojeda gets out of the inning. And then throws 4 more innings of shutout baseball.
Shut the fuck up.
Because the fucking the medicine, like, you know,
probably
it stopped peaking.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a sandbag anymore.
Right.
Right. But also that
a fucking ball bag.
That fucking, you know, the confidence of I'm still in, and for some reason the manager didn't take him out. David Johnson didn't take him out. And he said, I still got this. I'm in it.
That's the thing too,
Fuck
though.
this shit.
But like those guys responding to those plays and with not sapping that morale because the Mets had that thing of like, dude, if there's a fucking chance we win, and they're all like responding, still firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
And
You got Kirk Gibson limping out
because fucking you didn't give up before. The reason.
So why should we? Right. If this guy's not, how dare us?
Yeah, like there's not a flaw in the system.
Right.
We're telling you, even if you fuck up, it's erased immediately by what we do to correct it.
Right.
Like that's that. Yeah,
Scum Bunch.
Fucking Scum Bunch.
Come on.
So he pitches 4 more innings. He gets no runs. But the problem is the Mets don't score either. And all of a sudden it's the 9th inning. Top of the 9th. The Mets are still down 3-0. Johnson, the manager, David Johnson, for some reason he sends Dykstra up. And it's Dykstra's a left-handed hitter, and the pitcher's a left-handed pitcher. And this is a thing Keith Hernandez said would never happen today because statistically, the lefty doesn't hit the lefty well.
Right.
Because when a lefty pitcher throws to a left-handed hitter, the ball goes away from him in a much more dramatic way than if a right-handed pitcher throws to a right-handed hitter. There's something about being left-handed in baseball where there's a weird angle to everything. But Dykstra hits this bloop over the center fielder's head. And Dykstra says, he's like, oh, so when he chose me, I said, oh, you finally want to fucking win, huh?
He's the drunken master.
Yeah.
Dykstra is like the drunken master of kung fu, where it's like, I fucking slapped at the ball and went over there, and it was a serendipity. And serendipity means this.
When he said, do you want to fuck it, or you finally want to fuck it win, he didn't mean it in like a dickish way. It was, I'm great. Not like,
yeah, I'm like
Dykstra.
I'm the best
baseball player in California. What state are we in?
And the Mets rally, and they score 3 runs in that inning and tie the game up.
Bottom or top?
Top of the 9th. They hold the Astros in the bottom of the 9th. And then all around New York City, this game is on every fucking TV. Guys are standing outside of bars because they can look through the door and see the game on
Times Square.
Every fucking place in New York. Roger McDowell comes in,
and he started pitching in the 9th. Gets through the 9th inning. Gets through the 10th inning. Gets through the 11th inning. 12th inning. The 13th inning. Top of the 14th inning, Wally Backman hits a home run, or drives in Darryl Strawberry, who had reached second. Mets are up 1-0. Bottom of the 14th, McDowell comes out. Houston, Billy Hatcher hits a home run. Tied up again.
Fuck me.
Now we're in the 15th.
And now it's midnight.
Yeah. And these guys are fucking gassed.
Yeah.
Standing around.
They got to make a call to their guy.
Yeah.
But he delivers. These guys are on top. He's in the stands.
I mean, these guys are looking out of their bar. They're like, I wonder when I'm going to get called.
I know. Trust me, I'm Strawberry's guy, I tell you. Any second now, I'm going to have to get out there.
And then I got to get back to the deli.
15th inning, no one scores. 16th inning, the Mets score 3 runs.
Shit.
Take a lead. Bottom of the 16th, Jesse Orozco comes in. He gets the first out. Then he gives up a hit, gives up a run, gets the second out. Then he gives up another run. All of a sudden, the tying run is on first. 2 outs. Keith Hernandez walks up to the mound and he says, Jesse, if you throw one more fucking fastball, I will kill you. Jesse Orozco throws 6 sliders. 3 of them are swings and misses.
Shit.
And there's a story in the documentary that this guy goes, there was a really old guy goes, there was someone who was running around the lake, and he said he heard just a collective cry from the city in that moment.
Oh, he was running around like Central Park or something. He's the one guy not watching the game.
Yes, exactly.
A collective cry because what?
The Mets are now going to the World Series.
Damn.
Jesse Orozco
Lake
struggling. Keith Hernandez says, no more fucking fastballs.
You fucking asshole.
Throws 6 just the same pitch 6 times. Strikes a guy out.
Damn.
With the 6th one. Mets go to the World Series. Now, the World Series is in New York City and Boston. But before we even get there, the Mets on this insane high, not having to play Mike Scott again, not having to face him again.
They release another song.
They have to ride a plane from Houston to New York City that night. And for some reason, United Airlines was chosen as a new airline for them to ride to New York City that night. And for some reason, it was decided that the wives of the players would join them on the flight.
This could go in so many directions.
And these guys are going insane. And Frank Cashin, the general manager, says wives are always a bad idea. And Rusty Staub.
But gay shit is dope.
Rusty Staub, a former player on the Mets, kind of like famous with these guys, he used to call wives cunts. And he said the groupies were special cunts.
Oh my God.
They're not good people. Why? They're not good people, these baseball players.
Yeah, they're people devoted to raising your children are cunts. Oh, those people that show up occasionally in the tunnel?
Special.
Oh, they're special.
Well, like Olympics.
So, for some reason, now these guys are already drunk by the time they get to the plane. You have to imagine. They just won.
Yeah, and then they got all their wives waiting for them.
And all their wives are there, and there's tons of booze on the plane. Even Davey Johnson, the manager, is drinking with them for the first time all season.
They let Darryl Strawberry pilot the whole thing.
And for some reason, United, being the first time they were working with them, decided to give them, each player, a piece of cake for their championship win. And as soon as that happened,
it's steaks all over again.
Food fight.
It was steak fight, cake fight.
It was nonstop mayhem. The entire flight all the way back. Male staffers were stuffed in overhead compartments.
What? This is back in the day when you could do that. You could fit a small gay man in overhead. Yeah. Now you can't even fit.
And you can't come out there. You say they're back.
Everybody was just getting wasted. The wives started throwing up. People were throwing up all over the plane, and not in the bags.
And not in the bags.
We got this in the bag.
People were doing coke in the bathroom with the door open and going, what? Oh, turning and going, oh, what? You noticed? It was...
I don't know how to shut it. I'm not dumb.
Get Dum over here. Maybe he can figure out the whole thing.
Get that big old yellow brain.
Gary Carter had one drink of champagne. That's how you know it was crazy.
Oh my God.
He really let loose.
They came off of the plane. Everybody was in their shirts. Their entire outfit was soaked through with beer.
Mm-hmm. And vomit.
Some of the women had,
also just Santana.
Yeah, it could be piss.
Some of the women had vomit on their North Beach leather outfits.
Oh.
North Beach? What the fuck is a North Beach leather outfit?
That's what the ladies were wearing back then.
You
If you were in leather to the beach, God bless.
A few days after the flight, the general manager received a bill from United for $7,500, saying that the Mets business was no longer welcome.
Don't worry, we're not going to win more.
3 rows of broken seats had to be removed. Cashin sent the bill to the team, and Davey Johnson, the manager, he held a meeting with the team, and he said, guys, we got this bill here.
Santana, read this.
He just pisses on it.
And Davey Johnson says, he said, guys, what are we going to do? And no one said anything. So he said, guys, you know what I think? I think in the next 4 games, we'll probably put enough money in these guys' pockets to cover this. So fuck this bullshit. And he ripped it up, and everybody yelled, fuck them, motherfuckers. And later, Davey Johnson said, I just said, their wives probably did it.
Yeah, the cunts. Listen, did this ever happen on any flight before the wife showed up?
My opinion, matrimony and our thing really is a mix. That's kind of a Paulie Galtieri quote.
Okay, let's get to the World Series. Game 1, Roger Clemens. One of the best pitchers in baseball at the time. I think he won a Cy Young that year. Also had a splitter, the split finger fastball. Didn't use sandpaper, wasn't juicing at the time, just on amphetamines. Red Sox win 1-0. Unhittable, completely unhittable. Game 2, Gooden just gets rocked.
Really?
Yeah, he does not have it.
Crack.
Cocaine, not crack.
What's that crack and cocaine?
Red Sox win Game 2, 9-3. And both these games are in New York. And so Dykstra says, before I knew it, just like down 2-0.
Subway series.
Like,
wait, what did he say?
Blink of an eye is 2-0 before we do it.
Still don't know it.
There's cake on my beard.
Now, Game 3, Bobby Ojeda is pitching, and he was the former Red Sox. Right? And he says, I'd rather have eaten shit than lose to the Red Sox.
Yes. You guys don't even know the owners don't give a fuck about us. You dumb fucks. I'm with the team now that knows they blow.
But they do it together.
Starting for the Red Sox was Oil Can Boyd.
Huh?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes. He was one of these guys that's like in the
Was he a vaudeville performer?
in the genre of the Satchel Paige. He was an older black pitcher, a little bit of a character. Threw a bunch of different types of pitches, and his nickname was Oil Can Boyd. And the Mets, someone told them, they're like, guys, you can just heckle the fuck out of this guy.
He's from the Negro Leagues, man. Who gives a shit?
I don't think he was from the Negro Leagues.
I mean, that's probably what they told them. They don't know.
So Lenny Dykstra,
scumbags.
Come mighty. That's still maybe one of the funniest things you've ever said in the show. Like, how would you heckle? Call him Whitey. It's borderline like the fucking advice Mickey gives the Rocky. I'm seeing 3 of them out there. Hit the one in the middle. No, it's Paulie. He says it.
Yeah.
Hit the one in the middle. Yeah.
Good on.
Hit the one in the middle.
Right. My question is for the Penguin. Mickey is played by Burgess Meredith, the Penguin. Vito fucking don't know shit.
So Lenny Dykstra leads off the game. It's in Boston. Next 2 games are in Boston. Lenny Dykstra leads off.
That's the way to go.
Leads off the game with the home run.
Shut up. First at bat?
Yep.
I call it a home run because
First at bat. Leads off the game with a home run. And the Mets dugout starts a chant of shit can. Lenny Dykstra.
Shit can Boyd.
Yeah, they just start chanting shit can. Lenny Dykstra steps on home plate, turns to the Boston Red Sox bench and says like, fuck you. The Mets win 7-1.
Oh my God.
And they were pissed. Like, also, like, when their wives had purses stolen in the stands in Boston. One of their wives was pinched on the ass as she was walking to her seat.
Mm-hmm.
The next game,
Par for the course.
The next game, they had a police escort. Boston fans, classy folks.
Yeah, the best.
The town of Harvard, MIT, other colleges,
Boston University,
the market, Boston market.
Game 4, the Red Sox pitch a guy named Al Nipper. Gary Carter, a soft-spoken man, says Al Nipper is meat.
He's meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to be meat.
Yeah.
Or cake.
Mets win 6-2.
Wow.
Game 5. Gooden doesn't pitch well. The Red Sox win. Mets are only 1 loss from the series. Not much happens in these games. Except at one point, at one of the games in Boston, someone released a pile of balloons that said, like, Go Sox. And the Boston fans were like, yay! And, like, you know, doing that sad clap of, isn't this neat?
That sad clap of isn't this neat? That's the name of the show. That's the episode title. The sad clap of isn't this neat?
Oh, it's something going up. Oh.
And so Game 6 comes to back to New York City.
No, what's the score here? After 5, where are we at?
So now it was 3-2 Red Sox. So if the Red Sox win Game 6 in New York, the Red Sox are champions. And Bob Costas says something like, if the Mets don't win this, then, like, what was the point, right? Like, all of the, because they were the best team in baseball.
By 20 games.
And somewhere near the beginning of Game 6, there's a man who said, oh, those balloons, that was fucking lame. And he says, I do a thing. And so somewhere near the beginning of Game 6 in Shea Stadium, out of nowhere, there's a buzz in the air and a man in a parachute descends, flying over Wally Backman at second base, just barely over him, lands on the field with a sign that says, Go Mets. Shea Stadium goes fucking insane.
Yeah. We were going to do that after the game, but we'll meet you later.
There'll be cake.
Was he naked?
No, he wasn't naked.
That would have been
awesome.
Yeah. I teabagged Shea.
316, the John 316 guy rolled out. He's naked.
But the fans are going crazy. The players are high-fiving him. He gets arrested immediately. But as he's dragged down into the tunnel, the players are high-fiving him on the way there.
Yeah. Give him a blowjob on the way out. That tunnel's nice, dude.
He looked at a lady on his way down.
By the looks of it, it was actually Santana.
Remarkably classier than what happened in Boston.
Now, Red Sox score 1 run in each of the first 2 innings. And Roger Clemens is pitching, and he's cruising again. And he has a no-hitter through 4 innings.
Shit.
And then in the 5th, his catcher calls, or maybe the 4th, but his catcher calls to throw a slider, his second best pitch. But when Clemens, he had a blister on one of his pitching fingers.
As it happens.
And, because, you know, the
friction.
The friction and the
grip, the calluses, etc.
Right. The seams, right? He throws his slider, and it pops a blister on his pitching hand.
Fuck.
And it's just bleeding. Just nonstop.
And you can't like put a Band-Aid on your pitching hand or anything.
No.
Because then it's technically, I guess it's an unfair advantage.
Well, you can put a Band-Aid, but you're not going to have any control over the ball.
Yeah.
You can put super glue, but that's illegal.
Borderline sandpaper.
Back then, Band-Aids? Oh, yeah.
Borderline Santana. And the slider's the second best pitch. He can't throw a second best pitch anymore. And the Mets score 2 runs, tie it up. And then the Sox score in the 7th, and then the Mets in the 8th. Top of the 10th, Red Sox score 2 runs. Bottom of the 10th, Mets are down 5-3. They lose this game. Season over.
That's that.
They have 3 outs. First guy flies out. I believe it was might have been Backman. Second guy, Keith Hernandez.
Flies out?
Flies out.
He pop fly.
Okay.
He doesn't fly out of the city.
Well, guys flew in.
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, he did that fucking Dark Knight thing where he the sky hook. I'm out of here.
That's more like it, Mr. Wayne.
Now, the second guy, I believe, is Hernandez, and he flies out. 2 outs. 1 out left. The whole everything.
Who's up?
Mets season.
Big Len.
Gary Carter's up.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, boo.
Gary Carter walks to the plate.
Head full of ideas.
He's thinking about 4 across.
No, he's not a crossword guy.
Oh, all right.
But he's still got ideas.
Yeah. They're not good.
He's a catcher. He's a thoughtful guy.
2 fingers.
He walks to the plate, and he says the Boston pitcher is a guy named Calvin Schiraldi, who at the beginning of the season was a Met. The Mets traded him for Bobby Ojeda.
Oh, I love the ex-Mets in the story. It's so great.
And he used to be a starting pitcher that the Mets were like, he's not a good starting pitcher. And then he becomes a reliever for the Red Sox and becomes a pretty good reliever.
Even better right fielder.
But Gary Carter says he looks at Schiraldi and he says, the kid is scared. And later, Schiraldi would say, Gary Carter can suck my ass.
Wait, what kid is scared?
He's talking about Schiraldi because he was a kid at that time.
Oh, God.
Gary Carter says Schiraldi's scared.
Yeah, he says Schiraldi, the kid is scared. Schiraldi says Gary Carter can suck my ass.
But Schiraldi's the catcher, right?
You know, he's the pitcher. He's facing Carter.
Okay. Got it.
Carter,
Gary Carter can suck my.
There's a couple pitches his striker ball, but the Mets scoreboard accidentally. They had already, like, when these games are happening, you have graphics loaded up.
Yeah.
Someone accidentally hits a button, and during Gary Carter's at bat, when he's standing, just walking around between pitches, the scoreboard blinks, congratulations, Red Sox.
What?
Then he hulks out.
And so Gary Carter says,
fuck this.
I'm always angry.
He hits a single, gets on. He high-fives the first base coach, or they didn't high-five, they did a 2-finger thing, but whatever.
Because he only got 2, yeah.
And he says, he says to the first base coach, he says, I'll be damned if I'm making the last fucking out in this World Series. And then there's an announcement made over the PA system that one of the Red Sox pitchers had won the MVP.
Oh.
You're fucking shitting me.
Swear to God.
So they got graphics?
Yeah.
And announcements?
Yeah.
This is some real psyops
Everybody's
shit.
chopped.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
To the gills.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Game's still gone? Oh.
Hernandez, who already made an out, and a bunch of people are already in the clubhouse because they're like, I don't want to fucking be out there and watch and see this loss. Kevin Mitchell is one of those guys, rookie. He's like, fuck this sucks. And then one of the coaches runs in and goes, Mitchell, you're hitting now. You're pinch hitting.
Get up, yeah.
Kevin Mitchell in the clubhouse, 2 outs in the World Series, goes,
I'm coked up, though.
Only in his jockstrap.
No, he wasn't a drug user. He goes, oh, fuck. He runs out there.
In only his jockstrap and cleats.
He hits a single. He gets to first base. He says to the first base coach, I'll be damned if I'm making the last fucking out in this World Series. He hits that single. Hernandez is in the clubhouse with a bunch of guys. Now, the Mets, I forgot to tell you this. The Mets introduced the idea of the rally cap, which really buzzed some people off.
Oh, the inside out.
So, describe.
The rally cap is a thing that if your team is losing and you think you might have some momentum with you, you take your hat and you do something weird with it. Yeah. So maybe you put it upside down. One of the things they did was they put a baseball on and they said, this is the baseball hat. The Amish one was you put it inside out. The there was one where they tucked the hat into their belt, and they all did the same thing. And other teams, this is how lame people were. They were like, "Bunch of cocky bastards! How dare they?" It's like, you guys are winning. Why are you angry at them?
Cocky?
Yeah.
What the fuck is cocky about it?
Because they thought they were going to win if they changed their hats.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about people who call people dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're smart.
Honestly, that's saying like the team throwing the Hail Mary is cocky. No, this is
they're
their
praying to
this is their
the Mother of God.
Their last prayer.
So the Mets
Cocky assholes.
The Mets had this, they're like, there was a we'll do this thing, and it's
the bare minimum we can do. Put our hats inside out.
Right.
Show up, stay in the dugout.
Yeah, honestly, setting the guy's shoes on fire took a lot more effort, but we'll do this.
But Hernandez and these guys are in the dugout. Mitchell gets on base, and they have two guys on base, two singles, and Hernandez goes, "Holy shit, guys! Everybody, stop what you're doing. Stay exactly where you are in the clubhouse." And Hernandez says, he's like, he also says, "I'm really embarrassed with myself that I was even in the clubhouse. I should have been out there on the dugout watching it, but I couldn't do it.
I just love partying, man. I don't know."
But so everybody had to. There were two guys who had football helmets on who were headbutting each other before Mitchell got on base, because they were probably already drinking. They had to keep the helmets on.
Don't change anything.
Don't change anything.
Superstition.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Don't
change a thing. So,
Daryl, keep blowing.
After Mitchell, next guy hits a single. Guy from second scores. Now it's 5-4. And the Red Sox manager brings in a new pitcher. This guy, Bob Stanley. And one of these guys, not Bo Burnham, Bill Burr. Bill Burr is on the documentary briefly because of Boston. And he's like, "Yeah, you ever see a guy fucking never worked out? Fucking never did a sit-up. Big ass. This guy's coming in to close the game."
Make way for Bob Stanley.
And Bob Stanley was like, again, a guy who's probably 6'3". He looks like your fucking drunk uncle at anywhere.
Got gin blossoms.
Yeah. He wears a hat so no one knows he's balding. And
slept in the garden.
He could be
slept in the
church.
Slept in the garden. And so
private, public.
Mookie Wilson is up and fouls off a bunch. It gets 2 strikes on him. Fouls off a fuck ton of pitches, a bunch of pitches, and he's still up. Bob Stanley throws his palm ball, which is a really slow pitch. Gets out of his hand. Catcher can't stop it. Goes to the backstop. And next guy comes in. The game is tied. The Mets go from 2 outs, no one on base, 2 runs.
What
down.
inning is this?
This is the 10th, bottom 10. Bottom 10, they go from 3 outs to they're done to 1 out, they're done. No one on base, down 2 runs. Now the game is tied.
And bases are
bottom 10, and they have a man on second and first.
First and second.
And Mookie Wilson is up, and he's just been fouled. There were 16 pitches in this inning that could have ended in the final out of the World Series, and Mookie Wilson probably fouled off 10 of them. And then this happens, and there's a whole Bill Buckner thing, which we can talk about in the Patreon. Oh, sorry.
All right,
you gotta both see this. So this is the last pitch to Mookie Wilson, Game 6, the 1986 World Series.
Bill Buckner's first base.
Bill Buckner's at first base, and he's not normally at first base. Bill Buckner was an amazing athlete.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
incredible record.
One of the great Major League Baseball players who just his body was just destroyed over years of injuries. Should not have been out there, but his manager put him out there because he's like, "Oh, I want him out there when we win." And
that was why.
Yeah,
and the Mets and Boston had plenty of opportunities to seal this game up before this most famous of plays.
And the assuredness of
I want him out there when we win.
That was the second worst decision in the history of the World Series. And the first one was leaving in the pitcher after he gave up 2 singles to give up a 3rd single in this inning.
And this is the giant Mook with
and
the
this
big
is
ass.
Mookie Wilson with the last pitch of his at bat and Game 6, 1986 World Series.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Ray Knight touched home, and he said he jumped so hard on home that he hurt his back.
No way.
Yeah. George R. Martin's in the stands.
Wait,
George R. Martin
is in the stands, and he says he's like,
this inspired me.
He's like, it's the collective. There's only so many times in your life you have the moment where you're in a crowd, and every single person has this moment, this collective feeling of euphoria.
Right.
And that's the thing about like you watching sports, where sometimes that. You kind of go for that, really, like with the moment where like. There's no way to describe it other than there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000
all on
people.
the same frequency.
And something insane happens.
Yeah.
It's the most
The
positive
intoxication
thing
of it.
Yeah. Yes.
And a lot of this stuff, like, in his writing thing, it's like, if you're watching the Battle of the Bastards, like that sort of thing where you're like, oh my fucking God. It's that sort of thing playing out.
Follow your king.
But also, it's like, showing the danger of it with like, stuff like,
look what happened to Buckner.
No, just like the thing of like, well, I mean, that is even a thing where like, if you're a fucking like dyed in the wool Red Sox fan, you're going like, Bill Buckner got the rawest deal of all time.
Well, they didn't for years.
No, but they should
Not
have.
until
They should
they
have.
won again.
No, but they should have. They always should have.
They always
Yes,
should
of
have.
course.
It said they blame the curse of Babe Ruth.
Right.
Yeah, like
for 100 years.
Yeah, like suck my fucking.
Like Babe Ruth gave a shit. He fucking won tons of World Series. Why the fuck would he give a shit about?
Like Mets fans, like in my opinion, this is the difference. It's not like the Red Sox fans want a scapegoat. Mets fans are like, we lose as a fucking team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And if we lose, we'll do that together too.
Yeah, and we also know it's kind of the program. Like, it's sort of what we do. Like, get the fuck out of your Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Give us a shit.
So, Mets win that game. The next day, Bobby Ojeda sees the Red Sox management, the owners, on their way to the
disassembled
the elevator, and he says, "Fuck you and eat shit, assholes."
There's nothing glorious.
No.
There's no poignant.
No.
And then he says, "You know what? You're going to lose tomorrow too." And the way the game started out, the Red Sox actually. It's Game 7 of the World Series. Either team can win the World Series.
Could have been another whole game. They still focus on Buckner.
Right. Exactly. Exact perfect point.
And the Red Sox take the lead in the series. The Mets come back. I believe Schiraldi comes in, gives them a couple other hits.
Most of them in the clubhouse.
Yeah. And the
Football
Mets
helmets
banging
on.
each other like the Bud Light bottles.
Hats inside out on their cocks.
But it's one of those things like the Mets.
Nibble clams.
The Mets
Oh,
knew, they all knew that we are not.
Once
going
we're
to fucking
tied,
lose
we're
this
gonna
game.
win.
We're not even like that game. If they come back in the Game 6, they knew the moment the momentum shifts at all. Even though we're losing in Game 7, the moment the momentum shifts, these guys can't do it. And the Mets come back and they win Game 7. They win the World Series. It's insane mayhem. They all have an amazing time that night. For some reason, the victory parade is scheduled for the next morning.
They're all puking. Cake up on the floats.
Yeah. Wives in a plane.
Yeah.
Ojeda goes out with Hernandez, and they have an insane time. Go back to Hernandez's place. They wake up at like 10 in the morning going,
I missed that.
oh, we're supposed to be at the stadium at 8. The parade's already started.
Mm-hmm.
They drive to where the parade is. They can't get anywhere near it. All of these Mets fans go, oh, you guys. They get
mosh pitting them up. They're crowd surfing them
to the point where there's a fence that's separating them from the parade. The Mets fans push them over the fence.
Oh, it's like the fucking the walkers in again Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's where George R. Martin got the fucking human bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make it to the parade. They're on the parade. There are 2.2 million people there to watch it.
Jesus.
And the only
Two Mets.
The only person missing is Dwight Gooden, who later reveals that he watched the parade from his dealer's house.
in a cage.
And he said it was one of the worst. It's like, he's like, you can't redo it.
His TV sucked. There was fruit thrown at it.
Dude, what the fuck was that about?
He was up all night. He said after the World...
They all were, though.
But he was at his deal. He's a lonely cokehead.
After the World Series, Dwight Gooden made 2 calls that night. One to his father to celebrate. The next call was to his dealer. And he spent the entire time there. And missed the parade for the team.
Well, in fairness, the rest of them almost did too.
But they missed it together.
Yeah. That's right.
We'll do that together too.
Mm-hmm.
We'll miss the parade together too.
And that's the team would eventually... Ray Knight wouldn't be resigned. He would be traded. That
the Mets would go on to be the greatest baseball team of all time.
Yeah, a bunch of the
Watchmen universe.
They would slowly be ripped
Dr.
apart.
Manhattan, his pitcher.
It was 86, wasn't it?
85, yeah.
And the Mets have not won a World Series since.
God, that's a great story.
Dude, phenomenal.
God, that's fun. Baseball just lends itself more than any other sport.
Because of the one-on-one nature of it.
Yeah, chess is also cinematic because...
Boxing.
Yeah. But baseball just has these pauses, moments of reflection that are just so conducive to narrative. And
Oh, yeah. That's the thing, there's people going oh, it's boring. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Soccer is the biggest sport in the world.
Soccer's boring.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Dude, I went to a World Cup game that ended 0-0.
Yeah. Over.
It was still very thrilling.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I watched the 0-0 game.
They're great athletes.
No, it's different. It's
the most popular sport in the world.
No, but also there is a thing there too where it is kind of a little bit emblematic of what we were saying with non-violent battle of the bastards.
Yeah.
Everybody's, trying their best, but
try to use your hands.
Well, no, but a lot of this is once you understand the nuance of it.
Of course. I'm speaking out of pure ignorance and judgment.
An old friend of mine, Frank, people are like, why do you like baseball? And he goes, every time you watch a game, you have an opportunity to see a thing that has never happened before in the history of baseball. And this is a game that is over 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's, I guess it seems almost turbo nerdy too, because the analytics that have gone into it.
Certainly, yeah.
Because it's also a thing where those guys can be working after each play.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's resting, thinking about running just second.
Right.
The guy is already being okay, so this is a guy that got on base and blah, blah, blah.
And the last time he faced this guy with one man on and with a lefty, and he was 2 down in the count.
Yeah, that takes a lot of the humanity out of it.
Right, but it also...
But it still adds to the richness of the game.
True.
It's like 2 computers playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
Chess is...
At this point, they
basically are.
Yeah.
But it is still a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of it, is that one-on-one shit, and the mystique of it, that's still so alluring is the thing we were talking about with momentum and superstition and morale and all that type of shit.
And it being one-on-one until it isn't.
Right.
Right. It's pitcher batter until it's not. And then, and then it's everybody back in the pitcher up, and then it's all the batters back in the last batter up.
But even in a way, isn't it still kind of one-on-one in those times where you're running towards the third baseman? In that way, it's still takes on some.
There's a whole microcosm, macrocosm.
Yes,
you know what I mean. There's something to it, but and people will track all that.
Yeah.
Every time this person's faced this person defensively, they've reacted this way. It's incredible, but that is, I think almost the last debauched
season.
Yeah,
as far as we know.
Certainly victory.
I mean, the 04 Red Sox were drunks, but I don't think they were as interesting as the.
Yeah. Those guys were it was a thing where I remember my dad, as a Mets fan, my dad was a Mets fan. That's why, when you see me with a little bowl cut, I have a Mets shirt on and stuff.
Yeah,
but even my dad was reading the paper and being Strawberry ain't good, huh?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, those guys are nuts.
That's a story for another time.
But
yeah.
he was like he was a fan, but he was also like,
Woo.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, definitely the underdog status. You know, my dad, I'll tell you, like, the Devils.
Yeah, sure.
Picking the team at the bottom of the league, watching them go on to win the Stanley Cup in the 90s and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But the Mets are like, almost like the same reason I think like comics are fans. Like we were saying, like Rock, Seinfeld, Bill Maher. It's the thing of like, almost I think like those guys are watching them going like, they're going to bomb.
Right. Right, yeah.
And that's why they like them.
Yeah.
You know? And then when they're at their most, like, basically like taming the barbarians, somehow Keith Hernandez is like, I can get these guys together. Yeah. And you're like, objectively, you would go like, Keith, there's no chance.
Right.
Part of the group is called the Scum Bunch.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting over there doing crossword smoking cigarettes. I mean, if there was ever anybody who could do it, it's that guy.
But like, why would he believe in them? These guys don't know what a crossword is. You know what I mean?
Because no matter how fucking dumb Lenny Dykstra was, they knew
everybody has a role.
We're all pushing in the same direction, and this guy wants to win as much as we do.
Yeah. That's
He's a
wild,
fucking
man.
idiot.
Yeah. But and that I probably, would you guess, borderline inspiration for Major League?
That's all I could think about. Yeah, because then you've got the Tom Berenger character in Major League, and that's the Keith Hernandez.
Yeah,
right.
The veteran. He's not the catcher, but he's the veteran.
Looks at the
and goes, we can win here.
Right. Yeah, kind of like a Keith Hernandez, Gary Carter mix type thing.
Yeah.
And you've got Wild Thing is maybe Doc Gooden, right? Willie Mays Hayes is maybe Daryl Strawberries
or Mookie because he's a speedster.
And then you got fucking Serrano, who God knows who that is.
That's more like Strawberry.
And you got Joe Boo.
And that's the Coke dealer.
Yeah. Dude, those movies are great.
Dude, that was phenomenal.
I'm glad.
I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
You'd enjoy that.
That
was a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Let's watch Major League 1 and 2 soon.
I was amazed that even the word cocaine wasn't dropped until after we took the first break.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, when is this going to come into? Because Blocaine baseball.
Yeah, I mean that was
very special.
That was a cocaine team that played baseball.
Yeah. They were moonlighting as MLB players.
Yeah. But it was more publicized, I guess, because the Mets were successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were looked at more as the Blocaine team.
And Pittsburgh's not a coke town. Coal town or steel town.
It's barely even a town.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A lot of baby laxative.
It's cut dead. It's stomped on pretty good.
It's a baby laxative.
By the time it gets to Pittsburgh, it's so stomped on. These guys are shitting their pants on the field. That's why they never won a series.
That's why they got Pedialyte in the Gatorade cooler. It was a great episode.
It was fantastic. Let's wrap it up. I'm going to say goodnight. My name is John Fahey.
My name is Aaron Peter. Happy birthday,
Edgar. Almost. We love you, buddy.
Edgar. Episode. Good night.
Good night, everybody. We love you.
Star Bands Audio.